start of the war last February. How much gratitude do you have for those players who chose to play in Ukraine at a very dangerous time?
First of all, I would like to thank all foreign players who stayed with us, who didn't go. We had a couple of names. And I would like to thank a lot to guys who joined us, during wartime. And I can tell you, when we tried to negotiate with them, when we tried to sign them, they never argued about war, about what's going on in Ukraine. They made a decision and they said, yes, we know what's going on. We want to join you. And from our side, from club point side, from club side, we thank all of them because actually they put everything on a stake. They put their lives, they put their professional football career, and as we see now, they were right. As they didn't miss something, and they are on a good way, let's say.
Shakhtar Donetsk Chief Executive Sergei Palkin, thank you very much indeed for joining us live from Kiev, and many congratulations for this special championship.
KLAS FM just presented the BBC Sports Today. It was sponsored by Anybet. Your best bet reminds you to bet responsibly. And Hawkeye Electronic Security, securing what matters most. Health Alert is sponsored by Bashco, the store that gives you more, and the National Health Fund. NHF is here for health. NHF is here for you.
Maintain social distancing. Maintain at least 3 to 6 feet distance between yourself and anyone who is coughing or sneezing. When someone coughs or sneezes, they spray small liquid droplets from their nose or mouth which may contain the virus. If you are too close, you can breathe in the droplets, including the COVID-19 virus, if the person coughing has the disease.
Health Alert is sponsored by Bashco, the store that gives you more, and the National Health Fund. NHF is here for health. NHF is here for you.
It's now time for Jamaica's first and number one daytime sports calling show, The Sports Desk. Call us and let us have a discussion.
All right, greetings, salutations, and welcome to another day of the Sports Desk. Yeah. This is Euclid.
And this is Christopher Zidane Matches. Good afternoon to you, Orville. Good afternoon to the listeners.
You ready? You ready to start?
Why? This is what happened at Sabina Park.
Boy,
it's disgraceful. And I understand this is the third time. Sean was reminding me this morning that it's his third time this is happening.
I was at Sabina Park and I lost interest in the second half of the game.
Clearly.
Because I knew that it would have difficult for the Cavaliers.
It wasn't a credible final in the end.
No, man, the youth them must have been disheartened.
Yes.
Phone gone, the car keys and them things like that. How can that be?
How would they pull off something like that in such short?
My understanding is that there's a room in the dressing room. There's a door that leads out without coming through the front. Because at the dressing room, I understand saying at the north stand. So there's a door that the players use while they're in the dressing room to get into the stands, feel like bathroom and them something without coming to the front. Apparently at that door that the man them coming through. So security probably out at the front trying to prevent people from go in through the front thing, but the man them come through the back door. Yeah, it's a joke.
It's a joke. I'm understanding that what Jamaica College would do is they hire a personal security.
Yeah.
And they actually caught somebody once. They had their personal security hired to stay in the dressing room.
Yeah.
And that person caught somebody coming into the room once and called police and all of that. So that one didn't happen in the end. So we didn't hear about it. But it seems as if Sabina Park is not the place to hold these.
It can't be that hard for put two security in the room.
Well, since it's that hard, apparently, then don't rent Sabina Park anymore.
I wouldn't go that far.
But it's happening too often. And when I call Jamaica certain names about the league and the structure of the football, people get upset. This not happening in serious football.
Speaking about Sabina Park, I watched the schoolboy final, Wolmer's Excelsior on the TV up there. Nice final. But for the life of me, I didn't understand the man of the match. Well, a youngster from Wolmer's called Michael Clark, not Wolmer's, Excelsior, played what to me, given the context of the innings and the occasion and against who he did it against, probably was the innings of the entire tournament. 70 yard from 30 yard ball. And then the commentators were saying that they think the man of the match should be given to, what do you name? Johnson from Wolmer's, because he carried his team to victory. Johnson made most of 30 at another game. The other youth make 79. One made 39, one made 79. A full 40 runs difference. And I was like, wow, you all can't be talking like that. At the end of the game, I did call both Renado and Nikita Miller. I said, well, because the MC for the presentation ceremony, a youth named George. George and I go quite a way back. He was once a former journalist at KLS, by the way. I think he's the principal now at a school down in Manchester. Interestingly enough, when the award was given out at the end of the game, he didn't call it the man of the match award. He says the MVP of the game goes to the Wolmer's youth. And I'm saying MVP, completely different context from man of the match in my view, because your most valuable player may not necessarily be
the best player
in the game. But what did it for me is that George was saying that the award was given based on the commentators. And the commentators weren't talking about MVP. The commentators were saying their man of the match was the youth to make 30 yard and carry home the team. I think either way. Well, I've never heard of MVP in a cricket match before. It's always man of the match. So, very interesting. Good final.
Yeah.
Big up Wolmer's for taking it home.
Yeah.
And good commentary by the guys. I call them and do my one bit of congratulations. But I disagreed. Well, it depends on whether it's man of the match or whether it's MVP. If it's MVP, then I thought they may have gotten it right. If it's man of the match, which is what the commentators were discussing, then I think they got it wrong. Basketball. Am I a guru now? I'm in a reach guru state. Who will win the series? Boston Celtics. Why? They're better than the other side. I don't know nothing about the adjustment and them something there. Match up. But just know it's Boston better than Miami. And if they play to farm, they'll win. But Boston look to me like them love them together. Boston should have beaten Philly before 7 games. They allowed it to go. Make us see if them going to farm the fool tonight. Should be a good game. I wouldn't be surprised if it becomes another close game. But I think Boston will win again. All right. All right, we have first one. Alric. Yeah, man. Alric. Yes, sir.
Yeah, man. Just want to touch quickly on that incident at Sabina Park.
Yeah.
That's a bit starting for the players, man. This is the second season as a matter of fact, that this has happened. And the part that you mentioned, that the same door. We heard about that last time.
No, it's not the same place, though, you know.
It's not the same. No, Sabina Park.
No, it's not. My understanding. All right. So there are 2 places where the players stay. One, the Kingston Club. Well, then again, I don't know. Let me make sure.
Yeah. But the fact of the matter is, Sabina Park, if the finals are going to be held there, then the security has to be much better than what is being
agreed
displayed there. Because it can't be at halftime you come in here say your value is gone. That's a good match up your mid.
Completely understand.
So, all right. So, more talk about the Bundesliga we're going over the weekend.
Yes.
Yeah, I believe Dark man messed up the thing big time. The stage was set for the man them to clinch the title in front of their home crowd. And the man them basically choke. They were down 1-0. Get a penalty to go to tie the game 1-1. Miss that penalty. We're down 2-0. And then ended up drawing the match. And that allowed Bayern to win their 11th consecutive title. 11 years in a row, you know.
Yeah.
Bayern win the thing. And this was a perfect opportunity for Borussia Dortmund to win the thing. It was a big anticlimax. But the biggest score, go ahead.
Was it a choke job or them just play bad, did it?
I'm playing bad, but
They can't get a tackle for winning. You can't one man a dominator, you get a chance to win a middle taste of the yard, and you can see 2 goals and a draw 2-2. I said just play bad.
And I don't know, that's a picture needed against mine.
Me not play. Me can't play bad on that day.
Joking, man. It's one match you need to win in front of your home crowd against a middle table side.
The game look weird. The man them look weird, my boss.
How many games did Dortmund draw this year or lose?
How many games did Dortmund have to win? If they win at home, they are the champion.
That we know for sure.
So that is the point in our If you win this game today, you are champions for the first time since what the team that has been dominating the most, and you come here to a mid-table team in a must-win game, and win the game, I will try to analyze.
I don't know if I can say it is a choke job. Though.
You watch the game?
No.
So you can't comment then?
No, but I don't think looking at the game you can.
No, man, you can look at the game, man, and look at if they are trying hard and playing well, and the team is making it tough for them.
All right.
But if the man them play out of the character.
So they've
been the second best team for many years now in the Bundesliga.
So Dortmund this season, them seasons what? 38 games or 34?
34, because it's what? 18, how many teams? 18, I believe.
Right. So this season they would have drawn 5 games. I suppose that includes yesterday, and they would have lost 7. So I'm saying 12 of their 34 games this year, they would have either drawn or lost.
Yeah, but Orville, as long as you don't watch a game, you can't know if I choke them choke.
No, I'm saying if you lose 7 games to the series,
well, me know
how do you know that yesterday's game?
You would have to watch the game. So you'd have to watch the team all season.
Yeah.
And when you see the other draws, they say, all right, it was a tough game.
Yeah.
They try. But if you look at that game on the weekend, those players, it's like some different. They not play football.
Oh.
But it was shocking to watch. You never see the ways. There you go. You know see the ways attack coming. You know see the intricacy. The man them look nervous. Orville. It was just a joke.
I never see the game. But what I know is that they would have lost 7 times already this season and drawn 5.
But we know the argument you are coming, and we agree with that. It's way from game 1.
Because if I'm in 2011, in 2011, if you just go by statistics, it wouldn't appear that LeBron James was choking in 2011. But when you watch the game now, you see my pass the ball every time he gets on the perimeter. You know, same a choke. So you have to see. That's straight choke job.
Yeah.
So the biggest story in the Bundesliga over the weekend is not even that,
Is the Bayern coach getting sacked?
No.
Is that Oliver Kahn, the CEO, and Hassan Taliamisit, the sporting director, were fired.
Yes, rightfully so.
On Friday, rightfully so. I mean, I tell you, say, Borussia Dortmund should just sing the final dog and the man them heart.
Yeah.
And just swap the title. So they were fired on Friday, hours before the match. And the thing is that Oliver Kahn was told that he was forbidden from even celebrating the team. The man said, don't even turn up at the stadium.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the thing, reports are that
that's a reach.
Things get away. That
yes.
It's almost planned to get all violent. So the man said, you're not going to travel with the team because first of all, he get fired from Friday and then officially make it official because you receive a call on Friday. Say that he's fired.
Mm-hmm.
And that was a big thing over the weekend. So it's just that Borussia Dortmund failed to deliver.
But it was miserable to watch, my boss.
Yeah, man. Finally, before me run, the Celtics match. Celtics, you see them off on the full in their first 3 games, though. They have been one of the best teams in the NBA. And now they have the chance to become the first team ever in NBA history to come back from 3-0 to win a playoff series. And they are the first team as well to have the chance to do it on their home court.
Right.
Yeah, because...
But when you watch the game, when was it? Saturday night?
Saturday night, yes.
As me I say from season start, too many turnovers. And this game, Saturday night, should not have been this close. They were leading up by about 11 points at one point in time. And then they started to make some silly decisions, jack up some 3 whenever needed.
This is the first time I was watching a game where it's a game that you would win to get to the NBA Finals. And the number 1 option for the Heat and the second option for the Heat was awful, pretty much, for most of the game. Because Celtic wasn't great at it. It was Celtic worst 3-point shooting night all season. We're talking about 82 regular season
from
game.
3-point range.
And Celtic wasn't still in total control for most of the games. So, Butler would have run up him out at the start of the series.
Yeah.
And Bam We're poor, my boss, for most of the game.
Yeah. And Celtics were 43% from the field, 34 of 78.
Part of the reason for that Celtics thing is that Jason Tatum just never did nothing basically in the
Now the
second
first
half.
three, yeah.
He went 0 for 8 from 3.
Yeah. After what, 25 points in the first half, the man just got completely cold in the second half.
But that means that the game shouldn't be so close.
Yeah, well.
And they almost lose it if Derek White never wasn't quick. 0.1 second, the man get the leg of the basket, you know, the ball, you know. It was.
So all this talk about the great Jimmy Butler, I'm going to be the first man to be the main piece of the team that gives up a 3.
All this talk about Eric Spoelstra being the best coach in the end.
No, man, don't take the lick from Jimmy Butler, Harvey. Nobody with that now.
They're not coach.
No, Harvey.
And a coach.
Nobody with that, no, Harvey.
The coaching.
No, Harvey. We usually give up players. Go to the coach the after. We could beat Jimmy Butler first.
Yeah, so Boston Nipe limit the turnovers because they had 12, Miami had 5. And they were dominant in the paint 42 to Miami's 32. That was where they needed to manipulate. Go to the paint and stop jack up them 3 there and win the game easy. They make it come along too close.
But Miami were far better from the 3-point line than Boston in the game.
Yes, in that game, yes.
And usually the team that wins the 3-point contest wins the game. But Boston never showed so great. And yet from threes. And yet they ended up winning the game.
Yeah, man. All right, cool.
All right, sir.
It should be very interesting tonight. We'll be more nervous.
Yeah. Hello, Sir P. Hello.
Orville.
Yes, ma.
Zidane. Orville, what the black Australian guy named again, man? Him dead around a couple years ago.
Simons?
Yeah. Him have a world record with 2020 is concerned of fastest 100 in a 41 balls, right? I was watching a match, I think, yesterday with Kent, a guy near Abbott, match up the record in a 35 ball, you know.
Oh, big up.
Yeah, man, 11 sixes and 4-4, and then the rest you know, 35 ball, the man to come at the 100.
Yes.
You know the guy Abbott?
No, I didn't.
It's from England, man.
I can't remember.
Yeah, the 35 ball match up Simon record.
He did it in the
yeah, man. I think it was Kent and
Kent
yeah, Kent and the next team was playing. I forgot how I don't quite remember if I Lancashire what. But I 35 ball to make 100.
All right.
Cool.
All right, we'll take the break. We're coming right back.
Importers, submit proper invoices to customs to reduce delays in clearing shipments. Visit www.jacustoms.gov.jm for details. The temperature by the Jamaica Customs Agency is
32 degrees Celsius in New Kingston.
Choose from a wide variety of tiles from Garrett Trading. Whether a classic or modern look, our tiles give that added dimension. For that Greek marble, flashy or glossy finish in your bathroom and kitchen, a myriad of designs and colors are available to create your personal masterpiece. Visit our showroom at 169 Constant Spring Road or call Garrett Trading and Installation Limited 876-669-8996. Design your style.
BMO Auto Limited is having an end-of-month special on tires and windshields from May 24 to June 5. Free installation with every purchase. BMO Auto for new and used parts. Visit any of our locations in Kingston, Mandeville, and Santa Cruz. Call 876-618-2781. It's a massive tire and windshield special only at BMO Auto. BMO Auto, celebrating 20 years.
You're listening to Jamaica's first and #1 daytime sports calling show, The Sports Desk.
All right, so we're back. And get back to the line.
Who we have now, Asta? We have nobody? All right, call us now, NBA people. We could discuss. You know that this is the 4th time we're being down 3-0, the team has forced that game 7.
Yeah.
But none have come back, obviously.
No.
But guess you did the big difference in this one. Orville.
Playing at home.
Yes. all the others who didn't get the embarrassment were at home for game 7.
Yeah.
Miami Heat is not at home for game 7. It's tough.
Yeah.
And all of the other teams were the lower seed. So the team that was trying to come back in those instances were the lower seed. In this instance, the Boston Celtics is the higher seed and generally the better team. I remember Berta came here when it was 3-0 because he thought it was over, you know.
Yeah.
So he was bossy and I try to point out to him, say, the Boston Celtics is a much better team. And that's why them being down 3-0 is a bigger story and the media will talk about it more than Miami Heat up 3. I hope Berto is listening and realizing what I was telling him now, you know. Yeah?
Berto, wherever you are, give us a call. All right, here's Franco from St. Louis.
Real quick, bless up yourselves, Zidane.
Yeah, bless up, Franco.
You see, if Manchester United and Bayern Munich are player,
yeah,
are play in a Champions League, you just want the two of them to lose. I don't know which one I dislike the most, either Bayern Munich or Manchester United. I don't care who them are play against or the other team I cheer for. The two of them are play. I just want the two of them to lose. Is it possible for two teams to be playing and both of them lose? That's what I would want. But the reason why I don't like Bayern Munich, you know, you see the coach that they fired.
Nagelsmann.
Yeah, I've been watching that coach. He's young, you know. I doubt if he's 40 yet. If he's 40, he must just touch 40.
Yes.
Because he's from RB Elastic. I've been kind of following that coach, man. I kind of like him. I think he's a good coach. When Arsenal was looking for a coach, I was hoping Arsenal give him the chance. He's a good young coach to have at your club for kind of like long like Fergie and Arsene Wenger and them. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. He's a good coach, I think. Anyway, in my opinion. Yeah, man. Because you know, like the way they them dealt with him, yo. For real, I've been watching it, man. I'm like, man, I can't believe Borussia Dortmund, man. I'm listening to the commentary Sunday on the English Premier League, and you know what I mean? They're giving you sports all around the world. Yo. I'm telling you, man, I could not believe it, man. The man was down 2-0 before halftime, man. I'm like, Jesus, is you serious? Whoa!
I could not believe what I was seeing.
Yo, me, I tell you, you know, my youth, and I know my club, and I'm just show you the dislike when we have to buy new.
I don't know how so many players can underperform in one. You didn't see no bright spark in the game. And you look like it, let's play like I make something happen. I don't get it, boss. And you know, they could have lost the game.
They should have lost.
Yeah, because the man get a header from inside the 6-yard box by himself and hit the ball over the crossbar, my boy. And then the next one was played through and volleyed the ball wide.
Yeah,
late to the game.
Here's what I'm saying. Wow, took me real fast.
Well, I'd love to see if Arsenal was given that opportunity.
Yes,
win the last game at home, Arsenal and win the championship. Many people ask which one worse, Arsenal or Dortmund. Yeah, Arsenal that noise you have to City.
Before I forget real quick, they say Arsenal choke. I say Arsenal no choke, but this is what I really call choke with all the that's if there's ever a choking job. Yeah, because man, Arsenal, man, they lost the title with like 5-6 games from way out. You know what I mean? This is the last game, man, and all you got to do is win, and you at home, man, and you're supposed to be playing
against a team. I'm realizing now that had lost their last one 4 games before.
Here you go.
Yeah.
They finished about 10-11 for somewhere along them lines.
Yeah.
When they must have finished maybe probably about 9.
They can't get in. The team can't get in Europe, Orville, and they cannot be relegated.
Exactly. Had nothing to
and
play
they came and they were playing harder than you for most of that first half. It's a joke business.
Quick before I go, over the weekend, man, it was a gambler's paradise, you know, man, with that Southampton and Liverpool, man, and with that Arsenal, man. Real gamblers love them games that we don't mean nothing, you know, because you don't know, you take a chance on a big scoreline, man. Real gamblers, man. I asked them, yo, I don't be gambling, but I was a gambler, yo. I'll take a chance on them games that ended with them big scoreline. on, man, that didn't have anything. You know what I mean? That Southampton Liverpool was it 4-4? Hello?
Yes.
Yeah, it ended 4-4. Yeah, man, for real, yo. But I went basketball real quick, man. Man, this thing, man, and I gotta be laughing. But from them to win game, I was worried about them from game 5. If I was Miami, Pat Riley and them, please, yo, me just like after game 4, I'm gearing them up, man, for game 1 game, man. I tell them to game 5 is still game 7. They don't win that game, man. Man, please, man, knew it, man. The news from them no go bust and go, just kill them off there so nobody give them no more momentum, you know. They had to kill off that.
Once Boston won game 4 in Miami, man, going back home, you expect them to at least win one home game in the series, man. So
exactly.
For me, Boston was big favorite for game 5. Major favorites.
Man, Zidane, you ain't watching that, man. They even bigger favorites in game 6 and 7. Please.
No, I don't agree with game 6.
The momentum. If I was my man, please, man. I'm telling you, if I was in the backroom staff in the coaching room, man, that's what I'd be telling them players. Don't tell me what status and all that stuff.
But who said the coaches didn't tell them that?
There you go.
I'm telling you what I be telling my team.
But I'm
man.
saying I would ask a good question. Who said the coach didn't tell them?
Oh yeah, how do you know that the coach wasn't telling them that?
Tell them. I'm telling you what I'll be doing. I'll be beating it into them, man. That's what I'm saying, man. We be preparing.
I'm sure exposed and the backroom staff would have done that, no boss.
You sure?
Yeah.
How you sure?
But Eric Spoelstra can't stop Jimmy Butler. But Jimmy Butler at one point was 3 of 19 from the field in the game in Orville.
Yeah, man. Big cricket.
Yeah.
And then come back and made those clutch. That clutch 3-point shot.
Yeah.
And then fouled
and
then made the three free throws.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But the Bridgman name Duncan Robinson got 2 wide open free throw and through and missed both.
Yeah, and he was so hot during the game before that.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm surprised you gone to one play in the game when the game is 48 minutes like you've been.
He didn't mention one play.
Which one play?
Yeah, I've been listening to you. You kind of bramble, yo. You can't go to one play that almost wins the game. You know, literally, it didn't, but it almost did. I'm telling you.
No, I never I've singled out any one play for say that win the game or win. Zidane mentioned
And why you bring up that one that play then? Why you bring up that?
Was I the one that brought it up?
Sports with you, got the way you discuss sports. You have to talk about the whole match, the way you discuss sports. You know, you can't single out one play.
I never singled out one play for say that determined the game though.
Yeah, you probably didn't single it out for that, but you can't single out nothing because you don't believe in.
No man, I can't talk about that play.
Yes.
Yeah, real sports fans don't want to hear it.
I can't talk about
that. No one player wins the game though. For real, when you have the real analysis, analyze the game. You can't look at one player and say that. That's what decided.
I've been sports my whole life, man. Please, man. I ain't saying one player.
Of course, no. You can look at it and analyze that and say that's what he did. Because on the last play, I thought Bam Adebayo, when the ball went up, he should have went for the rebound. He was trying to block out Al Harford. When he should have attacked the board, and I think that made the difference in the end. But it's not that alone lose the game. But for that play, I think Adebayo was the culprit.
Big up the Excelsior captain, the Michael Clark. Good innings, I tell you. Good cricket match. I like it. And the best part I liked about it, man, the look of young youth was thinking the cricket. Wow! I'm sitting there listening. I'm like, whoa, this is fantastic. They might use their brain. We ain't doing what we don't see the seniors doing. They just go out there and bat and just bowl. That's it.
All
They
right.
ain't thinking about nothing they doing, man. They look at you, them Franco, proud of you guys, yo, for real, yo, keep it up anyway. Bless up.
Big up, Franco. All right, we'll move on. Special one?
Yeah, Orville, I'll go on.
What's up?
Yeah, man, I'll go on. Sit down.
I'm here, special.
Yeah, man. All right, Orville, now, are you first? Never say something. Yes, you're one of the persons who believe when people like me and some others say singles, we think singles are overrated in T20. Predominantly T20, because we never said test now one day. Simply said T20, and you believe that? You think
there's a sound. Are you reversing or a door?
Or your seatbelt? You're driving, your seatbelt is not on.
Yeah, man. Me get rid of it.
Yeah, fixed.
Right. Yes.
All right, yeah, man. All right. When I say, Orville, you're one of the man where you believe that singles are not overrated in T20.
No,
And
because singles and twos usually make up.
Yeah, fine. All right.
Usually make up sometimes as much as half your score.
All right. So, yeah,
40% of your score.
All right, fine. All right.
So non-boundary shots usually make up somewhere between 40 to 50% of your score.
Me, I one of the man who think singles is overrated in T20 still, because I think T20 is a predominantly dominated by boundaries. That's my thing still. A lot of people agree with that too.
Mm-hmm.
All right. We didn't even drop some stats on our time. Anyway, let me ask you now, Orville, why you believe in basketball matchup are overrated? Why? Give me your reason, because I don't think I hear it, but I hear always don't play it a whole lot. What's the reason why you think it is not all that?
But I've been saying the reason why.
No, me never hear the reason.
You're never really listening to the reason. I think ultimately what wins a basketball game is a combination of how a team attack as a unit and defend as a unit.
Yeah, man, that's a given.
So I look at how well a team is attacking and how well a team is defending. These one-on-one battles with John Tom set to mark Tom stroke at the start of the game, I don't think that ultimately is as big a factor as what people think. I think overall defense and overall attack is what wins it. And it is seconded by my belief that the really good players who are really the match deciders most of the times, they are not as affected in how well they perform as people think based on any one defender.
All right, fine, I hear. Yeah. I think I hear some of what you're saying briefly, but I never get everything in entirety. Right. All right, fine. All right, so I am putting it to you now, Orville, like a Queen's Counsel, like the sheriff, the lawyer. You know, if I hear Mr. KD,
yes,
yeah, I am putting it to you that I believe matchup in basketball not overrated, because I'm going to tell you some things.
Mm-hmm.
You see size in basketball, you see height and size is a huge, massive factor at play. I don't know if you realize, if you know that.
Mm-hmm.
Height,
hold the line.
Size.
Hold the line. Let's take the break.
Yeah.
And we're coming right.
Your home is your castle. Fill your house with exceptional home decor from Carmen's Collection. Visit our showroom at 112 Constant Spring Road, Mondays to Saturdays, 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. The time, courtesy of Carmen's Collection, is 1:30.
Tracy, who you go give on now? You're too fast. Hey, me I got your text now for buy up my sugar bun, wine slice, bulla, coffee strip, and marble cake, plus some raisin bread, banana cake, and the best rock cake for the pitney them. Me can't get some? No, go buy your own. Hey!
Jotex Bakery. Visit 20 Gold Street, Kingston, or call 922-5768. Open Monday to Saturday, 8 a.m. to 7 p.m. Delivery island-wide. Jotex Bakery. So nice, so right.
Conditions apply. It's now time for Sports in a Minute. It's sponsored by Dangerous Auto Spares and Accessories Limited, Edgechem, Anybet, and Milestone Restaurant Bar and Grill.
Olympic and world shot put champion Ryan Cruiser has broken his own world record. Cruiser threw 23.23 meters and 23.31 meters at a track and field meet in Los Angeles before setting the new best with an effort of 23.56. The previous record was 23.37, which the 30-year-old American set in Eugene in 2021. Cruiser won the 2016 and 2020 Olympic titles and claimed his first world championship last year. That is Sports in a Minute.
Sports in a Minute was sponsored by Dangerous Auto Spares and Accessories Limited at 20 Balmoral Avenue, Kingston 10. Call 876-929-9146 and in Maypen. Edgechem, changing lives 1 gallon at a time. Anybet, your best bet. reminds you to bet responsibly at Milestone Restaurant Bar and Grill. Celebrate good food, celebrate good vibes.
Give a little something. US $1 JD 150 every time you receive a remittance from Lasco Money Transfer to sponsor a social project selected by the Jamaica Social Stock Exchange. Say, I want to donate $1 to the cashier. Donations accepted at these locations: 38.5 Red Hills Road, Kingston 10, 15 Chandos Place, Poppin Square, Kingston 10, and Shop 203 Bayway Shopping Center, 3 St. James Street, Montego Bay. My Mega
With so much to do in one location, make Mega Mart your one-stop shop. Pick up your groceries and houseware needs, grab a bite and pay some bills, fill your prescriptions and see the beauty products in our pharmacy, all in one amazing location. My Mega Mart, the best value by far. My Mega Mart, best value by far.
You're listening to Jamaica's first and #1 daytime sports calling show, The Sports Desk.
Yeah, back with special.
Yes, special.
So when I say Orville, I want you to understand how important it is, height and size, because if you notice, you have certain players where, say, you got to use a man there. Match up with them and
We still hear the sound.
The sound is back again. The sound in the background is back on again.
All right, you hear me now?
Yeah, man.
Sorry about that. Yeah, man. So you say specifically you use that certain man there to match up with that man there because I'm height and.
And I agree, but I'm saying the importance of this man and this man is not as big as I think. For one,
huge man.
All right, let me show you what I'm talking.
In a basketball, it's huge.
Take the most recent game that we are talking. Jason Tatum had 25 points in the first half in Game 6. Whoever was on Jason Tatum didn't prevent him from just going off. Jason Tatum in the second half of the game.
I don't think it's a good example because you're talking about an elite player. And remember, say it's hard to stop Jason Tatum, and the elite players, they will always score them points. But generally, we are speaking generally.
Fine, but it is elite players who play the most dominant role in winning basketball games. So if you are going to admit
that, the very best one, it's hard to stop a LeBron. It's hard to stop
but it is the LeBrons and the Jason Tatums
from getting their average.
Yes. It is the LeBrons and the Jason Tatums and these kind of players that are most important in our basketball
but if you don't match up, but special one, the problem now is if you don't match up with them properly, they're going to get way above them average and take the game away from you.
But my thing is, Jason Tatum had a very poor second half yesterday. And had a no, and I'm saying I don't believe that the difference between him doing well and doing badly in that same game had anything to do with who was marking him.
No, man, it has something to do with great, man. All right, look here, Orville. I'm going to show you something even in cricket and football.
Yes.
You look even in cricket. More time you see a batsman come in, and a bat. And you see from a batsman come in, you see a certain bowler start warm up.
I agree, but that is usually not what. Yes, special one. But I'm saying that is not what usually make one team beat another team.
No, but apart of it,
But singles is not the reason why a team beat another.
But no, man, but singles account for 40% of your
score. But poor matchups will account for some points.
I don't think it's 40% though.
What percentage is it?
Between 5 and 10.
No, you are create your own percentages.
But we know it's not 40%.
With cricket, it's a fact that you're saying it's 40%.
Well, no, it's not fact, But I'm saying usually in a one T20 game, the non-boundary strokes make up a large percent of your run.
You see if Korea guard shot will score 100% time basket.
If you look for even a football, when certain man and mark certain man, them have less thing upon the game because they have a mark out of the game because other man they mark the man.
Yeah, but all right. So when John Brown marked Tom Strokes, you believe that will determine. To what extent do you think that will determine who wins the game?
A whole lot, man, because you probably have all right. For instance, in an NBA game, you can have like 2 matchups. I will not say one chocolate. You can have like 2 major matchups, and that 2 major matchups can definitely cause if you win or lose the game.
Give me an example.
No, man. All right, let's say
Give me one example where
if AD had won the battle with Nikola Jokic, Lakers win the series.
Of course,
Lakers lost that series because Denver was just better as a team.
Denver is better, but if AD had averaged more points, rebounds, and higher percentage from the field,
good example.
Lakers would have a much better chance of winning. He was completely outplayed by Nikola Jokic. And as you mentioned, stars determine the game. AD is a star on the Lakers side. When he was completely outplayed by the other star on the opposite side,
but me think
LeBron James pretty much matched what's his name?
I don't think that is what lost them the game.
No, never said it's the only thing.
I think Denver won the game because Denver had a better all-around team and they were getting more support.
Yeah, but
from
in
everybody else.
Orville in T20, you know,
So
it's not singles alone win the game, you know.
Even if you can restrict this other star from going off, so you've set.
No, man, play a big part of it.
No, and I'm agreeing with you. You know, I'm saying you put John Tom for Mark Tom strokes and it prevent him from going off. It won't stop him from getting average. It won't stop him from getting him 25, 30 points.
And sometimes it's stopping from getting, who knows?
And my thing is, when the star player end up scoring 15 points, that has nothing to do with who was marking. That's just my view.
I'd have to watch the game to know.
I'm saying to you again, while I agree with you, say Denver is a better overall team than Lakers.
Yeah.
But if you really look back on some of those games, and most of the games, they were very close. And Lakers get more than enough chance to have won a few of those games. And who knows?
Yes, and the reason why Lakers lost is because the other man them are do better in the bet. The thing come down to that, you know.
Just look on it realistically and look how close some of the games. About 3 of the games they were very close.
All of them.
So,
except for one.
Except for it was a bloating one.
Apart from
it was a one by more than 10 points.
So,
but
just understand me as an man.
I am understanding, you know. But you see game 7 now. Game 7 coming up in Boston. All of we think Boston is going to win the game.
Not me.
No, not all of we.
Not all of us.
Well, me think Boston are going to win the game. Or who you think are going to win the game?
I predict the game to go 7 games, and I think Miami.
You did special one. You're right. Boy, this is a big. If Miami wins in 7, boy, you look like a
you had said Miami in 7.
Yes, man. I make a post one.
All right. So why you think? What do you think Miami will do better?
I think it's a close match.
No. I'm talking about game 7. What will Miami do, having not won the last 3? Right, what will they do to win game 7?
What I believe why Miami going to win the game tonight.
Yes.
Even though Boston the momentum swing and thing and going back at them yard, I don't believe this Boston team can beat Miami 4.
No. Tell me what matchups. Remember, matchup you say is very key. You know.
No man.
Tell me the matchup that are the adjustment, which is the other word.
Orville, that is not a fair question.
No, but having lost the last 3 games.
Orville, when West Indies play Australia next in a T20. Does it matter if West Indies score more singles than Australia?
No, man, Australia is a better team.
There you go. So why are you asking special one?
No, because I believe Australia is a better team.
Yeah, but you still think singles are important.
Yes.
So even the special one says not match up on something else. He still believes that matchup is important.
No. Exactly. Having lost the last 3 games, what will Miami now have to do to win this one?
Shoot better. And make sure they shut them a drop.
So hold on.
And defend better, shoot better.
Hold on.
They have to do some things better than what.
Hold on. So you believe for Miami to win game 7, they'll have
and
to
the matchup, and also the matchup.
Tell me, and I'm asking you, tell me the matchup that you think will be important to determining the winning of game 7.
Well,
that's all I'm asking you. You said they have to shoot better. Agreed. They'll have to defend better as a group. Agreed. Less turnovers, agreed. Win the rebounds, both offensively and defensively, agreed. Tell me the individual matchup that you think is very important that will determine to Miami. That's all more.
Well, all right. To be honest with you, you see, these two teams here. When you look at the matchup, the disparity is not all that wide.
You're not answering me, do you know? Special one. Having lost the last 3 games, you are now carrying Miami to win game 7. Don't I was
carrying Miami from the beginning.
Fine, but you say Miami will win in 7, which means that you think it would have been real going back to Boston. I'm saying, what will Miami have to do differently in terms of matchups, individual matchups, to win? Miss now get no answer from you. Me not hear you tell me say, Damania will have to do well and Damania will have to mark Damania. What you're doing is the very same thing I'm doing, talking collectively.
No, man. Clearly, Jimmy Butler would have a big game tonight.
Lord of mercy. Who is... Tell me the matchup battles, my boss. You're speaking generally. Me can't say, Jimmy Butler have a great game. And if me can say, God, Jason Tatum, them something anybody can say. you're giving me the importance of individual matchups. And yet I've asked 4 times, what are the individual matchups that would make Miami win the game? And you can't tell me.
What what I'm saying, you're downplaying matchup in basketball, and I'm pointing out the importance of matchup.
And you can show me the importance of matchups by answering this question.
Yes, man.
What matchup? What will be the matchup adjustment that Miami need to make tonight?
I don't think it's a great matchup in this series per se, because I'm saying the Boston and
so you're saying in this series matchups is not all.
You see the Boston and Miami game. I'm saying to you, the disparity is not all that, because the size, average size, they are almost on par.
So you think they're even in the match team?
And Nikola Jokic, where say Miami will have problem. Miami, if I have problem.
All right, special one.
Special one, to be honest, I am not sure what he said.
We have to leave it here special.
Because you know, get me a say.
No, and I've asked you one question 5 times and I still can't get the answer.
But you're not listening to me, Orville.
I'm not.
The matchup between Miami and Boston, the disparity is not all that wide, because you know have no major big.
So there's no major matchup to look out for tonight then?
I don't think so.
All right.
All right, special one. We have been at it for a very long time.
Yeah, man.
Big up yourself. Thanks for the call.
We take a break.
We take the break. We'll come back.
We may be all over the world, but we're still in this together. Feel, make it easy for you get your money. So if you have to get something from your brother or mommy, hey, it's a not Insta, it's a MoneyGram. Zoom, Ria, check your phone, your money land. VMBS money transfer. CFA faster, easier. Sign up for VMBS direct to bank account transfer today. No matter step out, fit time no line. Straight in your account, money reach long time. VMBS money transfer.
BMO Auto Limited is having an end-of-month special on tires and windshields from May 24 to June 5. Free installation with every purchase. BMO Auto for new and used parts. Visit any of our locations in Kingston, Mandeville, and Santa Cruz. Call 876-618-2781. It's a massive tire and windshield special only at BMO Auto. BMO Auto, celebrating 20 years.
You're listening to Jamaica's first and number 1 daytime sports calling show, The Sports Desk.
I want some more cards like special. We disagree, but we do it respectfully. Now, I asked special one 6 times. What is it that Miami needs to do in terms of individual matchups to overturn them 3-game losing streak? He couldn't answer. You know what his final statement is?
Mm-hmm.
That these 2 teams are close. Now, one of these 2 teams finished 2nd. One finished 8th. And he believes that these 2 teams are close in quality. And you can hardly get further from what one team finished than the other team finished than Boston and Miami this season. But he thinks these.
Well, Boston was actually 2nd.
2nd, yeah. They're not 2nd, Mr.
No, the furthest would have been 1 versus.
Yeah, I'm saying you could hardly. Yeah. So the only way you can get wider than this.
But I don't think regular season is a true reflection of how good Miami is doing.
Well,
they had some injuries during the regular
season. The point is, I was asking special one 6 times. Tell me the individual matchups that you are going to, and after 6.
But you know my accountability to you though, Orville, because you rate singles highly. I don't think singles will make a difference between West Indies beating Australia. Because you always ask that kind of question.
Yeah.
So if West Indies do like you said they should do with singles, Australia going to still beat them. Yes. Does that mean singles is overrated? No. So I think special one should have answered like that. So even though it might not be the determined factor, it's still not overrated.
Ask him how much I can rate I can rate non-boundary shots. 40%.
You're still going to disagree with it. So if him come down and say 20 in a matchup, you're going to say, yeah, disagree.
I just want to know how much him say. Here's a man who probably going to say 30. G-Star.
I just want to talk a little bit about the series first.
Yeah.
I have to give credit to Miami Heat again.
Yeah.
because when Bam Adebayo and Jimmy Butler are having such a horrible performance.
Yes, for first 3 quarters.
Yeah, they shot.
And a half.
I think the team shot about 35% from the field. They shot better from 3. They shot about 47% from 3, I believe.
Yes.
Somewhere around there, right?
They were shooting better from trees than Boston. For sure.
Yeah, but when you're
I think Boston was like 20% from
when your 2 stars are playing so horribly.
Yeah.
Why were they playing so horribly?
Why?
Yeah. How much of Bam and Butler playing badly had anything to do with
Well, I can't speak about Bam, but let's just talk about Jimmy Butler. They said when Derek White and Jason Tatum were guarding Jimmy Butler,
Yeah.
he was like 1 of 13.
So you believe that Jimmy Butler had a very off-key game because of who you said was guarding?
Derek White, who was
You believe, and I'm not asking what they say. You're G-Star, man.
I'm giving you the stats.
No. And I the fact that when me I shoot poorly, you are guard me.
No, but what the point G-Star making doing now is that when others were guarding him,
yeah, but
he was more efficient.
But here's
what is the answer to that?
Here's what we are doing.
Yeah.
We are using 2 sets of facts.
I was going to get to that. You know,
No. Here's what we're doing. We are using 2 sets of facts to cause a conclusion or to create a conclusion that may have nothing to do with each other.
And it does.
Here's what I'm saying. So Jimmy Butler is shooting poorly. Who you say was marking him? Derek White was marking.
White and Tatum.
And you therefore make the interpretation that Jimmy White was shooting poorly because of Jason
I didn't
Tatum.
say just because.
I don't think that Jason Tatum had not to do with him shooting poorly.
So hold on.
Yeah.
All right,
Because Jason Tatum would have guarded him in games when go off.
Hold on. Since we're getting into matchups, right?
Yes.
The Miami Heat were down by 2 points with about 20 seconds. No, less than 20 seconds left. I think it's 3 seconds left, actually.
Yeah.
And it was Al Horford who was guarding Jimmy Butler, right?
Uh-huh.
Who was guarding him first? I think it was Derek White. Do you see what Al Horford did? He panicked and fouled Jimmy Butler. If it was another defender, he may not have panicked. Somebody who is more used to guarding Jimmy Butler and who's more used to guarding.
Why do you call it panic?
Because you should never foul a jump shooter. That's like cardinal
I
rule.
have seen people fouling people on the 3-point shot every game, my boss. What you call that panic?
It's a cardinal rule in basketball.
No. I'm saying you said that Al Horford panicked because he fouled a man with a 3-point shot.
Yes, because he should have.
But I'm saying if he panicked, then there's a panicky man in every basketball game.
Well, I don't know if the matchups have anything to do with what Al Horford did, but what Al Horford did was just straight.
All right,
because Jimmy Butler is not even great. Yeah, so Jimmy Butler is not even a great 3-point shooter, so I don't know why he was biting either. I didn't get the decision. That is not going to do the matchup though. That was just a bad decision from Al Horford. That's an experience.
It shouldn't have been Al Horford that was marking him. But
no, G-Star, in that instance, that's why I have been overrated. In that instant, now, for the matchup, in 3 seconds left, you're an NBA player for many, many years. You man in the corner, you're not a great 3-point shooter. You don't need to bite. Just be there.
No, but here's something that I think you guys would mention. There was 2.1 seconds left on the clock when the coach challenged the call.
Yes.
He lost the challenge and then they come now to 3 seconds, from 2.1 to 3 seconds. So there was 0.9 of a second that was added on. That proved crucial at the end with the tippy.
Yeah.
Had the coach never challenged, the clock would have stayed at 2.1.
That's correct.
Yes.
The fact that he challenged,
it helped him.
It actually
gave him more points. And I think that's the reason why I challenged him. It was a clear foul, So maybe he wanted that to happen.
Well, I don't know that's the reason why he challenged. But anyway, but Mr. Higgins.
Yeah.
Let's fast forward. So after Jimmy Butler made 3 free throws, right? This is what I wanted to say before you hijack the thing.
Yeah.
Last season, same thing with Boston in Game 7. They were up by about 10 with 3 minutes left, and Jimmy Butler had a 3-pointer to win the game.
Yes, I
so
remember.
Boston choke, even though them go to the NBA Finals.
Yeah.
Them choke,
I remember that again, Remember we had the argument about should have taken that shot or not.
Yeah. And last night again, they're up by 9 points with 3 minutes to go. And Boston missed their last 10 shots before the tip-in.
And
they choke again.
No, but hold on,
No, I'm saying not ready for the matchups yet.
Oh, you're not ready for the matchups argument?
No.
Because team choke.
No, man.
You're working away to it.
No, man, I just wanted to get that off of my chest.
But G-Star, what do you think is wrong with this? But I couldn't be a Boston Celtic fan,
Hard, man. No, man. A real Boston.
You
Them
hard,
pulling them here up, man. They're pulling them here up.
Me say I switch when it was 10 points, we switch the TV and I start watch some other things. I say, I go look back. And somebody texts and say, here comes Miami. Me say, here comes Miami. No?
Yeah.
How you miss your last 10 shots? Anyway.
Yeah.
So, Mr. Higgins, now.
Yeah.
I have told you, maybe we have philosophy differences. So let's just talk a little bit of philosophy.
Yeah.
Sports philosophy. If something can make a difference between winning and losing, can it be overrated? Or if it makes a difference, not can it, if it makes a difference between winning and losing, can that something be overrated?
It depends on how much you're rated.
Huh?
A wide in cricket can determine if you win or lose a game.
A what?
Bowling a wide
Yeah.
can make the score is level.
Yeah.
And you bowl a wide, no ball, game win.
So are bowling wide overrated in cricket?
No, that's why I'm telling you. It depends on how much you rate. For you, wides can make a difference, you know.
No, here's the thing.
But now, what is wide? It depends on what amount of percentage you give to bowling wide.
The percentage is well, we're talking about percentage. For me,
but I am talking percentage from the owner.
For me, anything that can win or lose me a game, it cannot be overrated for me.
No,
stance.
The word overrated, G-Star, means how much it is rated. Now, I know that runouts are important in cricket. You run out a man, it can be pivotal.
Therefore, that cannot be overrated.
But if you tell me that you rate runouts 30% in winning cricket,
why you put in a percentage?
Because that is what determines the word overrated.
I don't think so.
The word overrated, G-Star, doesn't mean that it not important.
All right, so are rebounds overrated?
No.
Basketball turnovers?
No.
Why?
Because generally speaking, when you guys are talking about it, you give it the level of importance we think it deserves.
No, but
when you start talking about
how much percentage you put on turnovers?
Holy man. More than matchups.
No man, give us a percentage like how you ask people to give a percentage.
How many turnovers are there in the average game?
Maybe 14, 12 to 14.
Per each side.
Yeah.
All right. 14 turnovers means that you stop the team from scoring 2 points. Potentially. Maybe even got 3 points. So 14 turnovers potentially worth 28 points being scored against you. It also means that you now have the ball to potentially score 28 points. So 14 turnovers can range anywhere between 0 and 56 points potentially.
Huh?
Now, you don't get
0 and 56?
No. I'm saying 14 turnovers. Yes.
Yeah, the point
14 turnovers can mean 28 points not scored on you. While with you getting the ball,
those possessions,
it means now you can score 28 points.
Let's keep it simple. 28 potential points, yeah.
All right. Now, me believe something that is worth a potential. You know, I work with the swing, but make me work with your numbers. I believe that something that is potentially worth 28 points is an important part of a basketball game. The average basketball game is 100 to 120. 28 points is 25% of that.
Okay, good. So stop right there.
Yes.
The average, I remember I told you, the average basketball game in the playoffs is 114 points, right?
Yes.
And you label the thing 10%, right?
Yes.
So 10% of 104, no, sorry, there's two teams. So 114 times 2 is 220.
No, man, I'm talking for one team to win, though.
Sure.
Right.
But, okay, for one team to win. All
yes.
Right. Let's break that down then. So 10% of 114 is still 11 points.
11
so the
points.
question is, do you find 11 points to be overrated?
For the most parts, I don't look at it the way you're looking at it.
But that's just how you looked at it when you broke it down mathematically.
No, because the thing with turnovers.
It's more than 11, but the question
No. The thing with turnovers is that they either directly lead to a team not scoring on you, or potentially leading to you scoring.
Not do that.
Matchups don't give me them kind of.
It's a possession.
Yeah, but I'm telling you, G-Star. When a turnover, I mean, me basically give the opponent the ball. And I'm saying that is more directly traceable to points than who am I who.
All right, fine. Let's fast forward again.
Yeah.
To the end of the game. The Miami coach, Eric Spoelstra, chose not to mark Derek White, which is the person who was inbounding the ball. You know what I'm talking about, right? In the last 3 seconds, Derek White inbounding the ball.
To Marcus Smart.
The person was guarding Derek White. What Spoelstra had him do was double team Jason Tatum so their best player doesn't take the final shot, which is matchups, by the way.
Yeah.
Right?
No, man, but that is not one-on-one matchup, though.
That it is.
No, man, when you send 2 man per 1 man, that different from what we are talking about. No,
Still matchups, Mr.
But I'm
Hey,
G-Star.
Yeah.
Listen to my argument.
Let me
But
finish.
listen to what my argument is. Individual matchups. The word individual means you as an individual.
You see, you're not learning.
The mere fact that you tell me said 2 man or 3 man gang guard 1 man, that is not my argument, my boss.
Mr. Higgins,
because I genuinely believe that if you send 2 man to guard 1 man, then that now becomes effective more often than not in stopping that man. My argument is not about double teaming, my boss.
Listen now.
So you're arguing a case where you're not even understanding what I'm saying.
But Mr. Higgins, but that is a part of individual matchups.
How can it be the word individual mean 1 in the context when I use? If you send 2 man to match up to guard a man,
and you know what,
how is that an individual matchup?
No, but you know why? Because coaches have the option not to guard that one. It's a strategy.
God have mercy. G-Star.
No, it is. So let me finish. So instead of guarding the person who was inbounding the ball, they choose to double team Jason Tatum. So because of that, Derek White was a free player. Nobody was guarding him. That's why he got to get the offensive rebound and put back, because nobody was guarding him. No, what Spoelstra could have done was say, you know what? I'm not going to double team Jason Tatum. I want you to guard the inbounder. It's just tactics. That's part of, see, remember, you said it's assignment, individual assignments. The assignment was not to guard Derek White. So that has to be a part of it, whether you like it or not. And that decision by Spoelstra, and I'm not saying it was a bad decision in the time, but that decision cost him the game,
but G-Star,
along with a
G-Star, here's a mistake that you're making again. That decision didn't cost Miami the game.
It didn't?
To the extent that Miami lost the game, they lost the game not by that one play. That play was worth 2 points in our game with both teams scoring over 100 points.
If they didn't score, would Miami have won?
That is not what would have won or lost the game.
What a lie, G-Star. I'll give you a minute before the news. Give you a minute before the news. Come in.
Get customized aluminum windows and doors at Hepburn's Glass Supplies, 13 Chisholm Avenue, Kingston 13. 10 years of experience guarantees satisfaction. Call or WhatsApp 876-773-4799. The time, courtesy of Hepburn's Glass Supplies, is 2 p.m.
Health Alert is sponsored by Bashco, the store that gives you more, and the National Health Fund. NHF is here for health. NHF is here for you.
Wash your hands frequently. Regularly and thoroughly clean your hands with an alcohol-based hand rub or wash them with soap and water. Washing your hands with soap and water or using alcohol-based hand rub kills viruses that may be on your hands.
Health Alert is sponsored by Bashco, the store that gives you more, and the National Health Fund. NHF is here for health. NHF is here for you.
You're listening to Jamaica's first and #1 daytime sports calling show, The Sports Desk.
All right, G-Star.
What I'm saying is, that's not the only play that helped Miami to win the game, but we don't know for a fact that a turnover or a missed shot in the first quarter was going to result in a win. What we do know is, if Miami had remember Jimmy Butler, one stop? Did you hear the Jimmy Butler? One stop?
I saw him signaling it as well.
So if they got one stop, they would have won the game. They did not get that one stop, and they lost the game.
But that is not the play that won them no game, my boss. That is only a matter of speaking.
That play, but Mr. Higgins, the proof is in the pudding. What are you talking about? If they had made the shot, if
G-Star, no one shot wins any basketball game.
Mr. Higgins,
and it's clear that you're not. It's clear that you're not understanding my argument when you're talking about double teaming a man.
Mr. Higgins, we know that
double teaming a man is not what my argument is, Central to my argument, G-Star, is that these one-on-one defending.
Part of defensive
I agree, but that is now on a team, my boss. When a coach decides to use a strategy to double team a man, that has nothing to do with my argument about one-to-one individual matchup.
You know what it means? It means you don't know what you're talking about.
It means that you're creating an argument that I'm not making and think it makes sense.
You're like a lawyer who doesn't know when to say objection. You don't know what you're doing.
G-Star, listen to my argument. Individual assignments, one man to one man, is overrated in determining who wins. G-Star now tells me that a man double team a man and think him and that worked or did not work. That is not my argument, my boss. Central to my argument is that you know why you shouldn't even make that point there? Central to my argument is that the difference makers in basketball usually want one man to determine how well they do or how well they don't do. Two people can make a difference. I believe that Steph Curry is going to get him 30 points a game, irrespective of who you have a market. And if he doesn't get 30 points and score 14, it is Steph Curry having a bad night, not who you set on it. However, I believe if you set two people on Steph Curry, it may have an impact on how well he now performs.
So, Mr. Higgins, then you need to know what you're talking about before you speak.
But
That's the problem.
I don't need to know. Me know what I mean, and everybody else know except you.
Mr. Higgins, that is the essential problem because you do not know what assigned defensive matchup entails. And until you know that...
G-Star, why do I use the word individual? And you tell me about two.
Because, Mr. Higgins, that's a part of basketball.
But I agree. All right.
Hold on, tell me. Let me finish, please.
Double teaming is effective in slowing down a man. Okay?
All right, hold on. What about a player like Ben Simmons? Do you remember when they used to guard Rondo, but they used to play off him and make Rondo shoot? Do you remember that strategy?
Me not remember.
They used to play way off of Rondo to let Rondo shoot because Rondo couldn't shoot back in the day. Or Ben Simmons or Draymond Green. You see, sometimes people don't even guard Draymond Green.
Hold on.
That's a part of.
But here's the point.
How you guard a player?
But here's what I'm going to tell you. Draymond Green couldn't shoot to save his life. Yeah. But Draymond Green played in the biggest dynasty in this era, became team good. So Draymond Green not being able to shoot was not any reason why didn't prevent Golden State from beating up everybody else. You know why? Because Draymond Green, who was marking Draymond Green in the overall scheme of things, meant nothing. Golden State. Draymond Green being forced to shoot when him can't shoot meant nothing in the overall scheme of things because team was the most consistent team. You are making my point for me.
Yeah, just say this. When you do individual assigned matchups, it's guarding the player one and how you guard the player two. So in other words, if I have 5 players on the court, I may choose to guard 4 and leave 1 open. That is a part of matchups.
All right.
I got.
Okay.
All right. Music brought to you by HM Paints for people who dream in color. This one is from German Edwards. Beautiful Day.
This morning I woke up and I look in the mirror and every part of my body was in place. Many people died and never saw this day. So another day I live, I appreciate. Don't ever wanna act too high and mighty, cause tomorrow I can fall down on my face. So in everything, Lord, I give you praise, and that puts a smile on my face. Lord, I thank you for sunshine, thank you for rain, thank you for joy, thank you for pain. It's a beautiful day, beautiful day, beautiful day. Don't fuss and fight, let us unite. We got one life, so let's make it right. It's a beautiful day, yeah. It's a beautiful day. So yeah, though I walk through the valleys of the shadows of death, I will fear no evil, won't be dismayed. When I see the clock ticking away and things are not in place, everything in life happens for a reason. Disappointment comes with a lesson. It's for me to get wiser, got to work harder. In the end, it will get better. Lord, I thank you for sunshine. Thank you for rain. Thank you for joy. Thank you for pain. It's a beautiful day. It's a beautiful day. Please don't fuss by. Let us unite. So let's make it right. It's a beautiful day. It's a beautiful day. If you got life, then give God praise. You may not have much, but you're living day by day. You can't have faith and don't want to work. Get up off that seat and put that brain to work. Hey, hey, it's a beautiful day. Yeah, it's a beautiful day. Hey, it's a beautiful day. It may not be the way I want it to be, but I thank you for every situation that made me good and bad friends that came into my life, and those who are still here today. Lord, I thank you. Lord, I thank you. Lord, I thank you. Lord, I thank you. Lord, I thank you for sunshine. Thank you for rain. Thank you for joy. Thank you for pain. It's a beautiful day. Beautiful day. It's a beautiful day. Don't fuss and fight. Let us unite. We got one life, so let's make it right. It's a beautiful day. Yeah. It's a beautiful day. Hey.
All right, that is from German Edwards, Beautiful Day. That was brought to you by Edge Campaigns for People Who Dream in Color. Now it's time for the producers. And that's brought to you by Spectrum Insurance, broker setting the industry standard.
Well, thank you very much, my good friends, Zidane Matthews and Orville Higgins, and the host of the Sports Desk, and everyone listening around the globe. But on Saturday at the National Stadium, there were two meets and the end of the In Sports National. It's sponsored by Devon Biscuit, though. Primary Track and Field Championships, and it was the start of the Road to Budapest. That's not the correct name, though, but I was saying the Road to Budapest. But the In Sports meet was a wonderful meet because what it did culminates 3 days, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. And also, it was regional between Eastern, Central, and Western. What In Sports did, trying to unearth the talent, was the greatest thing that could have been done, and involved more schools than before, because if you're to host 100 schools at the National Stadium for 3 days, it could not have been done. So what they did in terms of regionals and separating them, take the best from each regions and coming to the National Stadium, that was the best planning I thought would have happened. Second year of it, though, it worked out great. It was not perfect, but it worked out great, though, and it's moving in the right direction. So kudos to In Sports and their team. My second thing is the track and field meet, Quest for Budapest. Yeah, that's official name, Quest for Budapest. J3's first in the series happened on Saturday. That was a disaster. Can I just say that, though, to be honest? It started about 4 or 5, finished about 10 o'clock in the night. After 10, it was the most... I was a commentator, to be honest, online, and it was the most difficult thing I've had to do in my life. You would have given a script, and then in every single race, there's a change. In every single race, there's a change. The person's coming late to come to make that change. The announcer on the stadium was confused. He was lost. But everybody was confused. If you're doing that, J3s, you have to do better than that, or what you did on Saturday, in terms of planning, organizing, and actually carrying out respective views, or carrying out respective things that you guys did on Saturday. The fact is, you can't have a track meet and then 5 minutes before the race, you're going to get somebody to come in the race. Makes no sense at all. It throws off everyone. It throws off the track announcer, throws off the persons who are broadcasting it. It makes no sense at all. It was not prepared properly. And I'm hoping, though, when the second one comes around, it's done better, because guess what? It's been aired around the world online. And you made the commentator sound like a damn fool. I'm going to say that. Because the fact is, you can't be putting out names and the persons are not there. Makes no sense. You make changes and nothing is being said. It's schoolboy thing. It's very amateurish. So cannot be doing that and in almost every single race. No. Think before you do. Think before you act. Please, J3s, do better than that. Garth Gale is my good friend, the president. But I'm talking about the organizers and everyone who was involved on Saturday. You have to do better than that. You have to. That's all I'm saying.
All right, Shawnee. That was the producer's view, brought to you by Spectrum Insurance Brokers, setting the industry standard.
I want to say something because I know right now the narrative will be, how do you rate singles, but think matchups are overrated? Here's the difference. If you tell me before the start of a game that West Indies playing England, for example, and West Indies will get 100 singles in the game. 100 singles. All right, but 100 singles is probably stretching it, but they'll get from 120 balls, they'll get 70 singles. If you tell me that will happen before and tell me that Australia will only get 40 singles, West Indies starts with an advantage. They may not win. But if you can tell me that West Indies will get 30 more singles or 20 more singles, they start with an advantage. On the other hand, if two teams are going to play basketball, and you tell me Curry will be marking, who is the point guard? D'Angelo Russell. That man over there will mark LeBron. That man here will mark the man there. It tells me nothing about the basketball.
But here I don't know, Arby. They're not being fair again.
Right.
No, if you tell me before the start of the game that every time down court, the Lakers will get a switch. So Curry will be the primary defender and LeBron James. Lakers start with a distinct advantage, just like the singles. So they're going to cancel out each other.
So Lakers...
Every time down court, Lakers will get a switch. So Curry will be the primary defender and LeBron James. I'm telling you, Orville, Lakers will have a distinct advantage. It's just a fact. Whenever, every finals, every time him see Curry, him score 90% of him opportunities against Steph Curry. Him back him down, drive him to the paint, and score over him every time.
But I don't know that them would use Curry to guard.
No, that if Lakers could get the switch, so they could put Curry in the pick and roll, so he would end up on LeBron James. Like
and,
they did in
the general cut of basketball, that's not going to happen.
It happens more than you think, doing Orville. I think that's what you're missing.
No, sir.
They're always primary defenders. So they try to get this player consistent.
All right, fine, I give you that. But how does that now relate to who wins the game?
No, one thing wins the game for me, you know. So don't.
But you said I know you should have. Can you rate them switching them for Mark as 10%? Yeah. All right, I can't work.
So like turnovers for me, not turning over the ball.
I think you are being a lot more common sense than most people.
So far, not turning over
the
the ball.
So you said 10%, me now go for it.
All right. We'll take the break. No, we'll take the break first.
We'll take the break.
We're coming.
Super Center, everything for your home and more.
Whether you are redecorating your home, looking for a gift idea, or simply feel for some retail therapy, Asden Super Center is the place to be. Regal Plaza Kingston and Linstead, we have it all. From linens and curtains to appliances and cookware, furniture, rugs, and wall decor. It's everything for your home and more.
Asden Super Center, we're gonna make you smile. Asden Super Center, it's a lifestyle.
Turn your passion into winnings with JustBet. Watch your favorite international leagues and tournaments and get in the game with JustBet. We have the best odds on over 100 sports: football, basketball, boxing, rugby, motorsports, even virtual matches. Register on the JustBet mobile platform, mobile.justbetja.com, or visit one of our over 100 JustBet locations island-wide. What are you waiting for? Get in the game and win big with JustBet.
You're listening to Jamaica's first and number one daytime sports calling show, The Sports Desk.
All right, so we're back online, and here is Pioneer.
Blessings to the man, them.
Blessings.
Good afternoon, Pioneer.
Let me ask you a question. Sorry to say to you that Derek White chip
is a difference? Made a difference why the Heat is not in the NBA final? Would I be wrong?
If you said it made a difference,
Yeah.
you have to add in the end.
No, man. But it happened at the end.
Yes.
So and the fact that it happened at the end, and it happened with the buzzer.
No, but
as a buzzer
if you're analyzing the game now, are you?
No, hold on.
No,
I'm saying, hold on.
Yes.
If Derek White doesn't make that tip,
It's a fact that then the Miami would have.
Miami Heat. The Miami is definitely in the finals.
Yes, if he had missed the tip.
And he made the tip, and as a result, we're having a game 7, right?
No, but
right?
if you say it that way, then fine. But I'm saying when you're doing the
But,
overall.
all right. So, the other day, I'm telling you something about time and score. See, you see the fact that he scored at that time in the game.
Yes.
That gave Miami no chance to even have an opportunity to come back.
Yes.
Seeing time and score meant Jimmy Butler thinking three free throws, and Miami are celebrating thinking that they had won the game. But there was still time on the clock. See, now again, time and score. When Derek White scored, there was no time left in the game.
I understand that, Pioneer. But
so I'm saying to you, the difference between Miami Heat going to the finals and not going to the finals was that.
Not that alone. Not that alone, Pioneer.
That's straight rubbish.
Can't be that alone, Pioneer, man.
Rubbish.
I'm saying to you, if he doesn't make that tip, Miami is in the finals.
But Pioneer, somebody could say if Jimmy Butler had scored 5 of the shots he missed in the first quarter, then they would be away. Miami would be way ahead.
No matter, but I'm saying time and score meant that when Derek White made that tip, Miami had no chance to come back into the game. So that was.
So who was the best? Who was the best? All right. Who was the main player that was responsible for the Boston Celtics winning?
Jason Tatum.
But it's not just Tatum scored the last tip, my boss.
No,
you're contradicting yourself.
Exactly.
That's 2 different arguments, Virgin. I'm saying to you, Jason Tatum being the main scorer for Boston is different from Derek White's basket being the basket that determined the game.
The biggest difference was Jason Tatum, not Derek White.
Derek, hold on, give me a chance to say something.
No, hold on. All right, go ahead.
Jason Tatum had 31 points in the game.
Yeah.
Jalen Brown had 26 points in the game.
Yeah.
Marcus Smart had 21 points in the game. Derek White had 11 points in the game.
And if Derek White doesn't score that 2 points,
I could make the same argument for 3 other people being more important in what they contributed than Derek White.
If Derek White doesn't make that,
how do you analyze a game and bring it down to one shot?
White doesn't make that at that point in the game.
Who was more important to the Boston victory?
Different argument. That is a different argument.
But all right, well, if Jason Tatum had scored 1 point less in the 31 when shoot, Boston does not win.
What is a fact is that if Derek White does not make that tip at the time that he did, then if Jason Tatum not scored some other points, something different could have happened in the dynamics of the game. However, based on the time and score of when Derek White scored that basket, it meant that Miami Heat had absolutely no
Pioneer,
chance.
You know why the game was that close?
Yeah.
You know why the game was Celtics was only 1 point behind?
Yeah.
To make that Derek White 2-point shot take them over the line?
Yeah.
The 31 that Tatum scored, the 26 that Brown scored. Had it not been for those shots, then Derek White's 2-point shot would mean nothing.
The analysis can be that if it wasn't for Derek White, they would.
That is just basic analysis, Mova.
And Derek White done that with 10 seconds left of the game. Miami would have had a chance.
Yeah, but the analysis can't sound like the way you're making it sound.
The time and score at the time and when he scored and when he did that, it meant that Miami had no chance.
But Pioneer, but when I'm not give him overall analysis, it can't sound like that, my boss. That Derek White is the reason why Celtic won, my boss.
Moving on, Zidane. I have a lot more to say.
Yes.
Can I ask you a question, Orville? Do you know that similarly to how players in cricket have favorite shots, seeing and a bowler don't want ball to that player then?
Yeah.
You know that football players have favorite spots on the field they like to show the ball.
Yes.
And do you know that teams sometimes try to get players off their spots?
Yes.
In defending them, in guarding these players.
Yes.
Okay. So can you then accede to the fact that it will make a big difference if you do it in guarding a man, if you do not allow him to get to his spot? Yes or no?
To one man.
Yeah, man.
And I believe that it doesn't. One man You don't want this one man to get to his sweet spot.
Yes, I know.
Yes, it makes a difference to get one man not to go to his favorite spot. However, hold on. I believe that is 5 people play basketball. I don't know.
Yeah, man. But hold on.
So even if you restrict that one man from get to his favorite spot,
hold on.
What now happens in the battle of your other 4 men to the other 4 men?
Hold on, no. I'm saying to you, just like you just pointed to Jason Tatum on them 31 points.
Yeah.
I'm saying to you, a certain player guarding Jason Tatum, for example, that has better lateral quickness, better height, better length, will help to get Jason Tatum not to get to his spot on the court. Which means the difference between Jason Tatum scoring 31 and scoring possibly 21 or 25, which would be a significant difference in the game one night. The 6 points where me I mentioned now, where if the right man was guarding him, if you had the right man matched up on Jason Tatum, not allowing him to get to certain spots that he likes, it could mean the difference between him scoring 31 or 25 or 24.
Pioneer, here's the point I'm making. Here's the point. No. Here's the point I'm making. You said the man that's going to be guarding Jason Tatum.
Yeah.
You are taking your best defender to match up against my best offensive player.
Sometimes I not have to work that way.
No, but isn't that what matchups is supposed to be about?
No, not necessarily. Because
isn't it? Hold on, so no, confuse me now.
No, hold on, Jen.
When you put somebody on Jason Tatum, Jason Tatum is my best offensive player. Isn't it your best defensive player you are going to put on Jason Tatum?
No, what if that player don't have a length? For example, Marcus Smart.
No, man, whatever best is in my boss. You're put the man you think is best able to stop Jason Tatum.
He's not necessarily the best defender all the time.
The best defender for that game.
You know mean that best? Marcus Smart is probably
Me not get one answer then. But in theory, I say you are use your best defender for my best offensive player.
The man who best suits guarding that player.
All right. So the man who best suits for guard my best player, you are taking him out to do an individual assignment on my best offensive player.
Yes.
That means that best defensive player won't be able to defend all 5, using full argument. So what now will my other 4 players do?
Yeah,
and listen to the point, Pioneer, and you learn. Listen to the point. Your best defensive player is on my best offensive player, and vice versa. My best defensive player on your best offensive player. And my second best defensive player on your second best offensive player, and so on and so forth. What will now win the game is collectively how well we one side do relative to the next side. The argument about one-on-one in basketball only work is if 2 people are on the court.
I know, because education for you if you choose to learn, but it's definitely education for the public.
I don't know that.
You not choose to learn. So when we do this, obviously when I come on the radio and I talk, I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to the people who might be stupid enough to be inclined to believe what you're saying and listen to you. Seeing so me I talk to them people. Because I know you kind of beyond reproach and beyond redemption.
You know, so some of the people when I text my phone, you don't need to call and make Pioneer know say, I know me alone think him attack rubbish on my back. Anyway, go on. So what else?
I just hear G-Star point out here that Draymond Green, not and G-Star, Draymond Green, and that he can't shoot. He refuses to shoot. Then, Draymond Green used to shoot the basketball one time and do it with pretty effective. Not the greatest efficiency, but pretty effective.
Yeah,
then,
yeah.
All right. So when Draymond Green is refusing to shoot, you know what that does?
What?
That means that the opposition team can lag their weakest defender on Draymond Green and keep him away from the basket. Because if he's not under the basket, he's not going to shoot the ball.
Yes. But what did that mean for Golden State's chances of winning basketball games?
No, as G-Star was saying, a man can swing a double team Steph Curry's way.
But Pioneer, no. Here's what, no. Because the fact that Draymond Green refused to shoot must be, no, because you're not addressing what my point is, So Draymond Green refused to shoot. It didn't stop Golden State from winning basketball games, Pioneer. Your argument would only make sense. Your argument would only make sense if it took away from Golden State's chance of winning games. You are playing right into my thing when you tell me say one man can't shoot, so you can't put anybody on him. What wins Golden State's games is collectively how good they were.
No. So let me give you a practical example. There were 2 games in this playoff run where Draymond Green scored 21 in one game and 20 in one game. You know what happened in those games? The fact now that he was shooting the basket means that the opposition now had to be paying attention to him, which means there was less attention.
Lord Pioneer, Golden State is the best team of the last decade in a basketball.
Yeah.
And you pick out 2 games to tell me what Draymond Green do from what I never do.
No,
I'm saying Draymond Green's inability to be a bad matchup for some other teams or a good matchup for some other teams didn't stop Golden State from being the winningest team in a basketball. 73 1 year.
You give me a chance to talk now?
Do you see the logic in what I say to you?
No, you're not making any sense. I'm saying to you,
I'm not making any sense.
The fact that Steph Curry, normally pull out triple team to him, which means you have 3 men against him.
How did that relate to stop? How did that relate? Pioneer, my argument is about winning basketball games, you know. This Golden State team is the winningest team in basketball for the last decade. The man must set the record for the most wins in a year.
And they just lost.
Then you're not going to lose, my boss.
They just lost.
I'm saying, but your argument makes absolutely no sense because this team is the winningest team in the last 7-8 years.
They lost to a team that.
Then you're not going to lose, my boss. But I'm saying the fact that they're one more than everybody else is right up my street. You're making my point for me.
You are allowing me to say something, Bridget?
You're not saying nothing.
No, but you're not allowing me to say anything.
You are allowing me to say something?
No, you just spoke for about 4 minutes now. I mean, I try to say something.
Me talk for 4 minutes.
Can I say something now, my boy? Without you interrupting or interjecting.
Can I say something without you interrupting?
Go ahead.
Golden State is the winningest team in basketball in this era.
Yes, sir.
Your argument about German Green doing whatever result happened this season is irrelevant. They were the defending champions last year. German Green have 4 titles on their belt, the winningest team in basketball. Though he was a favorable matchup to most teams because he refuses to shoot using
and the offensive then, and the Golden State is on the offensive.
But you know why Golden State dominate the basketball over the last 7-8 seasons? Not because of no individual matchup with Green and who am I. They were the best team in basketball.
Something? All right, you just make a statement. Yes. Can I say something now? Uninterrupted and undisturbed.
How long it will take you?
Probably a minute.
All right.
Just a minute. You just talk for a while ago.
What?
All right. Steph Curry in the Golden State, and Golden State just lost to a superior defensive team. Golden State lost to the Lakers because of the Lakers defense. The length of Anthony Davis disturbed the Golden State team. They could not get to the basket, and that is one of the results. That is one of the things that caused them to lose. See, with the Draymond Green situation, as I was pointing out earlier, 2 games that Draymond Green was very effective in. One against the series against the previous series in the first round, against the and one against the Lakers. He scored 20 against the Lakers, 21 against the When Draymond Green is in that mode, it means the opposing team has to guard the wall.
Hold, Pioneer. Hold on, we're coming back. We're coming back. We're coming back.
Visit Garrett Trading and Installation at 169 Constant Spring Road and 10 to 12 Cleardale Avenue for all your tiling and classic stone needs. Call 876-634-9773. The time by Garrett Trading is 2:30.
Spectrum Insurance Brokers pride themselves in being professionals in the field of insurance broking, claim settlement, and risk management services for over 35 years. We offer a wide range of insurance services including motor, property, liability, accident, life, and international health for individuals and companies at competitive rates. Call 926-3572 or visit 7.5 Haining Road, Kingston 5 or shop number 3, James Plaza, Mandeville. Call 625-6804 or visit online spectrumjamaica.com. Spectrum Insurance Brokers, setting the industry standards.
The Omega Radio Network. Wake up! This is Chopper Ranks, and you're listening to the Omega Radio Network.
This is Bishop John Wayne Manning, Senior Pastor from the Omega Church International Ministry. Good morning, good afternoon, whatever time it is in your neighborhood. Top of the hour to you, ladies and gentlemen. I am Bishop John Wayne Manning on the Real Talk Show, where the talk is the talk and the walk is the walk. Tune in and listen to our programs Monday through Friday between the hours of 6 a.m. until 10 a.m. on the Real Talk. Good morning, top of the hour to you and your family. Tell a friend, call a friend, and tell them to tune in and listen to Omega Radio.
Thank you, Father. Just like Moses crossing the Red Sea. Thank you, Father.
It's now time for Sports in a Minute. It's sponsored by Dangerous Auto Spares and Accessories Limited, Edgechem, any bet at My Zone Restaurant Bar and Grill.
Eilish McColgan says winning gold at this summer's World Championship is a pipe dream, and she's instead focusing on breaking the 30-minute barrier in the 10,000 meters. The 32-year-old Scot is recovering from the knee injury that forced her to pull out of the London Marathon last month. She returned to light training at the weekend and seems a man tell me that the money I go get the money, the money I go get the money, the money I go get the money before the game start. I'm not talking that during the cut because the fact that you is set to get. But that is what I have been saying. The point you're making now is the point that I have been making.
No. What I'm saying to you, Avil, is that the game is not played like that. So we don't have like players say, listen, before the game starts, I'm gonna have all half forward.
No man, there's people tell me on this program all the while say what the coach needs to do is to make the adjustment and put so and so and put that man the pan money and the man.
No. The game don't play like that. The game
But you said that for the fifth time, and I'm saying that I've been trying to tell people this now for years. That basketball game is too fluid, too dynamic, moves too fast for you to tell me that this assigned thing are gonna have the kind of impact I think it have. So you're making this was my defense all along, you know. So when you say the game isn't played like that, you're making the very point I've been trying to make.
I don't think so.
You don't think I'm making the point that
I don't think that's the point you're trying to make, to be honest.
Oh my God.
No, man, I don't think so. And let me tell you why I don't think so.
Yes.
You said it's overrated. That's what you said, right?
Assigned individual pre-game matchups
is overrated.
Yes, in terms of who wins the basketball game. Yeah. In other words, tell me who I go mark who and who I go mark who before the game start gives me no indication as to which team is likely to play better.
No, you say if you had said that it's a non-issue.
Huh?
Then if you had said it's a non-issue,
yeah,
then I would kind of see what you're saying. But if you say it's overrated,
then overrated means people give too much credence to that something there.
And I'm saying that it is really a non-issue. Non-issue in the sense that during the game, people try to exploit matchups.
I agree.
Right? Where they set screens and put a big man upon a small man. The big man have no chance in the open play.
That is what they try to do most of the time.
Right?
I agree.
So the game don't play 1-on-1 plus 2. You don't play so.
I agree.
There are switches, there are matches, there are tactics that are designed, the plays that are designed in the game to kind of have a player exploit another player.
But I'm agreeing with you, my boss. But I don't know if you remember when this discussion started, and even since then, it has morphed into put that money up on a money. Them need to put LeBron on Joker, or they need to put Kyrie with that money. Or Damania with Damania. And them something me attack Jamaica Central. And I'm saying, what on earth is that to determining what got me in the game with 5 people versus 5 people?
Well, I believe that in-game matchups are important. In-game matchups. You said pre-assigned matchups. I believe that in-game matchups are very, very important.
I believe in-game matchups are more important to determining how a game goes than pre-assigned.
That we should discuss better. But because I'm saying that the pre-game matchups is a non-issue. It's really a non-issue because the game is not played like that. So matchups in-game is what creates create the argument.
Nobody is saying nobody was telling me what you're telling me now. Now, what they're trying to do, because they're trying to beat me in an argument, Jamaica Central, is by telling me that these pre-game assigned matchups are very important. Now, you sound like you're a basketball coach.
No, I play basketball.
I play basketball. Is agreeing with me that no, I'm not basketball. I play that you and you and you and you and you and you.
Well, I do believe that when you say pre-assigned matchups,
yes,
is overrated. The statement should be overhauled completely. It don't make no sense. That's what I believe.
All right.
That
so let me
really don't make no sense.
So let me change it.
So
individual
matchups.
Hold on. So let me word it your way.
Yes.
Individual pre-assigned matchups is, give me the word.
No, I see anything else out of it.
No man, you're saying enough use overrated. Is is non-existent. At that word you did say?
No, that's not the word. But I'm just saying that I mean, we should not discuss pre-game matchups. So what we should be discussing is in-game matchups. That's what that's what the argument should be.
All right. Well,
and in-game matchups are important.
I
They
agree.
are important because they do impact the game.
I agree
that's
with
why people make switches.
No, but that's what that may agree with now.
Yeah, so let's stop arguing about pre-game matchup.
Well, tell the people them to stop arguing with me. On the point that I make. Maybe them hear a voice like yours now. It sound like you know the thing. Them will say, hold on. All right, so maybe them pre-game, you pan you. It's during the game, based on how the game unroll, you want certain man pan certain man. And a lot of it is not just who taller more than who and who. A lot of it depends on who is hot and who is not.
You know, sometimes you're in game, and you have the option of switching.
Yes.
But you have the option of fighting under the screen, fighting over under the screen to maintain a matchup. Right? That creates an advantage to the offender, to the offensive player. If you fight under, you give him a clear shot.
Right.
So I mean, it is really the dynamics in game that really matters. How you create high percentage shots or low percentage shots, right? But it does matter. It does matter.
No, me agree. Based on what you say now, I can see your side of the argument, but that was not the argument I was making.
Because the pre-game matchup is a non-argument, to be honest. Because I mean, the game plays.
All right.
It doesn't play that.
All right. So let me change it. Pre-game assigned individual matchup is what the word will you use?
It's a non-issue.
It's a non-issue.
It's a non-issue.
Pre-game assigned individual matchups is a non-issue which we should not be discussing. That's basketball. Thank you very much.
Yes.
All right, we'll take a break and we'll be coming.
Men 40 years and older, use your NHF card and pay $1,600 less for your PSA test for prostate cancer. The time by NHF is 3 o'clock.
Health Alert is sponsored by Bashco, the store that gives you more, and the National Health Fund. NHF is here for health. NHF is here for you.
Practice respiratory hygiene. Make sure you and people around you follow good respiratory hygiene. This means covering your mouth and nose with your bent elbow or tissue when you cough or sneeze. Then dispose of the used tissue immediately. Droplets spread viruses. By following good respiratory hygiene, you protect the people around you from viruses such as cold, flu, and COVID-19.
Health Alert is sponsored by Bashco, the store that gives you more, and the National Health Fund. NHF is here for health. NHF is here for you.
Set the trend, set the trend.
The Trend-Setting Sports Desk, Mondays to Fridays, 1 to 4 p.m., is Jamaica's #1 call-in sports program. Join me, Orville Higgins, and me, Christopher Zidane Matthews, as we continue to take call-in sports discussions to the highest levels on radio. The Sports Desk, Mondays to Fridays, 1 to 4 p.m., on Jamaica's #1 sports radio station. The hour between 3 and 4 p.m. is sponsored by Western Sports, the sports people, with locations in Kingston, Ocho Rios, and Montego Bay.
For financial news and the latest developments in the business community and economy, Financially Speaking is the top choice. Join me, your host Errol Gregory, Mondays and Wednesdays at 12:30 p.m. as we look at current economic issues, provide small business tips, and help you to build your business and portfolio. That's Financially Speaking, sponsored by Jamaica Stock Exchange, JSC Online Trading.
This is your host, Dr. Nicole Maxwell,
Senior Pastor and founder of the Miracles of the Potter's Hand International, Stony Hill, also in Morant Bay. Please join me this and every Tuesday at 10:30 a.m. for Morning Dew. Morning Dew is a powerful devotion which is designed to jumpstart your morning, resulting in tangible victory. Tell a neighbor, tell a friend. Sponsored by the New Parkington Pharmacy. Restore, refresh, and renew. Also, Megadon Security Elite. Your security is our priority. Call them at 869-3884-25.
You're listening to Jamaica's first and number one daytime sports calling show, The Sports Desk.
All right, welcome back. Time for a second selection brought to you by Edge Campaigns for people who dream in color. This one is from George Nooks. Don't bother worrying.
He never faced me yet. No, no, no. Lord of mercy. Everywhere I go, I want the world to know that Jesus never faced me yet. Hey, I can take disappointment and I can deal with regret. But I never had a problem that got the better of me yet. I've been through many heartaches, bounced back from pain. No matter how you try to bring me down, God knows I'll rise again. Don't bother worry, don't bother fret. Almighty God, He never faced me yet. Don't bother worry, don't bother fret. I'm on top of my game. So don't bother worry, don't bother fret. Jesus Christ, He never faced me yet. Don't bother worry, don't bother fret. You can't destroy my name. I walk with the devil, put on a great show. I'm not done living my life. I've got more place to go. My life is a gamble. Sometimes I lose. The key to success, work hard and do good. Don't bother worry, don't bother fret. Almighty God, He never faced me yet. Don't bother worry, don't bother fret. I'm on top of my game. People don't bother worry, don't bother fret. God never ever faced me yet. Don't bother worry, don't bother fret. I'm on top of my game, Lord. Lord, Lord, oh, oh. Just let me be right now. Oh, Lord of mercy. Oh, yeah. Oh, hey. I can take disappointment and I can deal with regret. But I never had no problem that got the better of me yet. I've been through many heartaches, bounced back from pain. No matter how you try to push me down, I live to rise again. So don't bother worry, don't bother fret. Almighty God, He never faced me yet. Don't bother worry, don't bother fret. Jesus Christ never faced me yet. My fans don't bother worry, don't bother fret. Almighty God never faced me yet. Don't bother worry, don't bother fret. I'm on top of my game. Don't bother worry, don't bother fret. Almighty God, He never faced me yet. Don't bother worry, don't bother fret. I'm on top of my game. People don't bother worry, don't bother fret. God never ever faced me yet. Don't bother worry, don't bother fret.
Alrighty then, that was George Nooks. Don't bother worry, don't bother fret. Brought to you by HM Paints for people who dream in color. All right.
Yeah, man. We go back online. I thought I saw Bull at some point.
Yes, Bull.
Okay.
Yeah, man.
All right, so Orville.
Yes, sir.
How many people know so I teach you the ball game Friday?
Oh well, I didn't know if you wanted your fan base to know that. Yeah, we were in the stadium down at Sabina together. I don't know about the teaching part, but Bull, you know about still, you know.
Hey, Zidane.
Him know about for two people.
When I tell you I reason ball game, Orville turned to me and said, "Bull, I used to play ball. You know, so we have one little weight and now say, man, say, like him know say, man, like much level like him think to one foreign ball that will come down, you know."
No. In fairness, people, him know discussing football is one thing from while the game are going. Or him assess the game and thing. Him know about people. Him
I'm tell you, say one.
You pass the test.
I collect the ball and start eating a problem on it.
You pass the test.
But Orville, I know where you are going with. If you stop.
What is it?
You move. You didn't say you used to move the goalpost, but since a basketball we are talking about, you move the hoop and turn on the backboard, big man.
You think me I say what you think I'm saying now that I wasn't saying?
Remember that I entered this conversation this year.
Yeah.
I don't know what happened 6 years ago, but I'm not going to take it from a rational side.
Yeah.
Based on the fact that everyone was giving you this example, and you are saying, "Yo, don't everybody, no one." And what you were talking about was matchups. That was that's how we me hear yourself on the radio.
What did I mean by matchups?
Well, I'm finished, please. When I watch the game, I'm take out my little book and I say, "Yo, this matchup thing is important."
No, but what do you think I meant
do you
by
remember
matchups?
my call when I said 40% of the 40 points came off with me stop count when it reached 40? Based on the switches and exploits.
So what you think me did that, Bull? It is important.
You were talking about matchup.
What did I mean? What
Then
was I
you
talking
change
about?
and talk about individual matchups.
So what you think me did that
No,
talk
you
about
change
original?
and talk
Lord
about
of mercy, Bull. I'm asking, what do you think I was talking?
Matchup.
What did I
Not
mean?
different types of matchup, but matchup overall.
You think say me did I say that an offensive player with the ball doesn't do him and him team, not do everything possible. Forget the weakest possible defender on him. You think I was not
These
saying
were
that?
the examples that persons were giving you, and also the
And when hold on, when they said to me that is what
we said that a guy did not play.
But
in a
Bull,
series
when them
Lakers
Lord of
because
mercy, remember when them said that to me, what did I say? When them say a team set, that is what a team sets out to do.
You went to the point where you're saying that elite players, no matter what they're going to get, what them get.
But I know only yes, but I'm
point.
agreeing that you still want to set your best defender and the opposing team's best scorer.
So it's all right. For me, still, I'm a 5 minute me getting them, but I am done with this matchup thing because move the hoop.
I am not moving. No, don't blame me.
Can't score point right now because you turn on the hoop.
Don't blame me if the nation take long.
The backboard is no longer a square or a rectangular backboard, a triangle backboard.
You are blaming me for the public's
No, I'm not blaming you.
inability to understand what I was saying.
You are changing your argument. We're talking about matchup. That's what you said on the radio.
But what did I mean by matchup? Remember, I said the thing come down to
different types. It's like this. You come on the radio and say runs that's important in cricket, and a man take it on. And you say no, me attack singles. Singles is a type of run.
Bull, let me tell you from where this matchup argument where it originated from for me. You ever hear two teams go play, and them say this team is a bad matchup for that team, yeah?
Yes, because of the size and the
all right. You say when them say that, me say which team is the better team? And so this whole matchup thing is starting.
All right. I'm just
no, me I tell you, in order for you to understand what I have always been saying, you will understand. So me never talk about during no game. Them tell me said that team here is a bad matchup for that team. That means before the game start, them attack. You get what me I say?
I hear you.
When them tell me say team A is a bad matchup for team B, that's something true me, my boss, because if team B better than team A, then how is team B a bad matchup for team A? When they were telling me that, Bull, they were telling me that based on who I got mark who before the game start.
No, man, when I say a team is a bad matchup for a team, they're not talking about who going mark who.
And that I mean,
it's just how that particular team is. So Golden State just beat up everybody easily.
Yeah.
When Golden State faces a particular team, they lose sometime and the games are very, very close. And people
no. All right. When Mr. Bad matchup, they will tell you.
Bad matchup.
No. Here's what they'll tell you. Maybe I explain it wrong. Yeah. So they tell you that
Team A will beat Team B. Team B will beat Team C, but Team A will not necessarily beat Team C. And I'm saying if Team A beats Team B and Team B, so then we tell us that Team A is a good matchup for Team B. Team B beats Team C. But that is not matchup, my boss. This is no strategy and tactics. Matchups in terms, and that's my thing come down to the winner.
Anyway,
nice try, Bull, man.
But now waste my 5 minutes on this.
All right, waste your 5 minutes on something.
You don't turn on this. Let's talk about the greatness of this man that they call. You know the middle name, Zidane? I don't know the middle name, you know.
No.
Hurricane.
I don't know the middle name.
Let me go research John's middle name, if you have one. Let's talk about the
He must have a middle name in English, man.
Hey, Zidane. The season, the man just had my normal, you know.
Yes.
You see, early in Ireland season, incredible.
Yes.
In terms of the number of goals they score. But if you delve deeper into Hurricane season, considering how dog his Spurs has been.
Yes, man. Very inconsistent.
30 goals. He played 38 games. And he has scored in 26. That's a record in the Premier League.
He has played 38 Premier League games and scored 26 of them.
26 of them.
And that's a record.
That's a record. That speaks volume, you know.
Yes.
To the consistency of this man, you know.
True.
You understand? I remember one season, Berbatov and Anelka finished with the same amount of goals. 19. And I tell the people, I say, listen, more why when you see a number of goals, sometimes you have to look deeper into it.
Yes.
Out of that 19 goals, Berbatov had a hat-trick against Liverpool, 2 against Blackpool, and 5 against, I think, Blackburn.
I remember the 5 game, the 5 row that he had in that.
Yes.
Yes. Hold the line, Bull. Hold the line. We'll take a break. We're coming back.
Yeah.
Visit Hepburn Glass Supplies Limited at 13 Chisholm Avenue, Kingston 13. With over 10 years experience, we provide customized aluminum windows and doors. We are distributors of float and laminated glass and mirrors. We pride ourselves on precise and accurate cuttings with same-day experience. Call or WhatsApp 876-908-0962 or 876-773-4799. Quality service is our priority.
BMO Auto Limited is having an end-of-month special on tires and windshields from May 24 to June 5. Free installation with every purchase. BMO Auto for new and used parts. Visit any of our locations in Kingston, Mandeville, and Santa Cruz. Call 876-618-2781. It's a massive tire and windshield special only at BMO Auto. BMO Auto, celebrating 20 years.
You're listening to Jamaica's first and number 1 daytime sports calling show, The Sports Desk.
All right, so we're coming back. Just to say, Gujarat Titans have won the IPL. I'll give you a little bit of detail after Bull, you were saying?
Yeah, so I'm saying, let's look at the. So yes, Erdan has scored 36 goals in the Premier League, and Kane has scored 30. So I'm saying the fact that 30 of this man's goals came in 26 games. More than likely, so somebody asked me the question, which of these are more impressive in terms of the games? I'm saying early Hurricane's goal can get you points in 26 games. True, because he's scored 26 games.
Right.
Is that a fair assessment to me?
Fair.
Out of the 38 games that he's played, his goals can get you points in at least 26 of them.
Yeah.
The same for Alan.
Are you you're leaning to something you know want to say straight, you know? Play big free and liquor.
Yeah, man, talk straight now.
Just talk straight what you want to say, man.
I don't think I need to say it. I think Hurricane season is more impressive than Haaland. So you look at
and it's no longer you're based on the numbers.
That's what I'm basing it on. But if you ask me now,
if
volume that goal we are talking about now, it's kind of different if you look at it and all the surrounding things. In terms of who come in the league, I'm looking at just the numbers, not factors around it. In terms of one man first to the league and then kind of factors that other persons are showing at it. I'm looking at just the numbers.
Just numbers to them two man here. No outside factor. I think Hurricane has been more impressive based on the numbers.
I disagree.
On what basis?
When me look pound the impact with the two man having at the league.
Mm-hmm.
Haaland
One
was
has given them team more points though.
One has given them team more points. No man, but you can't be impressive and not give your team points. You know? But me I say
impact. You said impact.
Impact on the tournament itself.
They have more points than the team last year. Check that for Zidane.
Who's that?
Man City.
If they had more points than last year, all right, let me check.
They had 89 this season. But that could be because
ease up on this thing one talk about.
So if you
massive impact. I don't think Ireland has had this massive impact on the Man City team. I think they had
93 points last year, so they were 4 points short this year of what they did last year.
So the last year team, based on points, is a better team than this year. So
yes.
Please tell me now to the people. And also there was a team with Jesus and Sterling and we collect 100, right?
Yeah, man. And then we got 98 one next year.
Yes.
Yeah. So what massive impact has Haaland had at this Man City team that is so great that made this team better than team?
Can you have a major impact on a tournament without it necessarily translating to your team?
You can't have a massive impact.
What do you mean by impact, Orville? So like yes,
good question. All right, what if my team find out how many goals they conceded this year relative to last year?
That's Man City.
Yeah.
All right.
They add defenders into the team this year though.
No man, that's what I know. Since you want to know much points.
All right, they have conceded 33 goals this season.
This year
and
last year.
Last year.
And how much of early
they conceded 26 goals
last year. So they were conceding more this year.
So I go for not to that.
Eh? Well, I know. We're gonna know all of the things.
All these questions
No. I'm saying they conceded 7 more goals this year, which could be one of the reasons why they scored 4 less points, because they were giving up more goals. But the other thing to look at is what percent of Man City's goals were scored by Haaland relative to Man City's goals.
A lot.
Relative to any one individual in any other year.
Massive impact on this Man City team. They're a better team now.
No, I know them the message. Can he have an impact on the tournament?
Has he had an impact on the Premier League? Of course he has. He has one better record. Of course. But are they a better team?
No, I know that me a debate, you know. You notice me think him have a bigger impact. I never said bigger impact on him team. Me talk about bigger impact on the tournament.
I think the Man City team of this year, the team that got 98, the team that got 101 or 103, is better without Haaland. Those teams are more dominant. They don't give up a lot of points. They don't give up a lot of goals. Everything without Haaland in the team. They play better. It looks better. The goals in the team, in terms of number of persons eating double figures, show.
But the reason why it's not Haaland is the reason though. You know. The players are older. Kevin De Bruyne is older.
Mm-hmm.
He was more in his prime.
Are telling me this big impact. This massive impact that Haaland.
If Erling Haaland was in that team, about he would have scored even more goals.
In the team before?
The team that got the 100 points.
Yeah. Right, yeah, good point. But
who had the biggest impact on the EPL as a league?
I think of that.
No, is that a different question? Who had the biggest impact on the league itself? Haaland or Hurricane?
Itself,
yeah.
Everything, Haaland or Hurricane?
Yeah.
For player or team?
Player. For the league, not for them team.
All right. I'm put external factors on the numbers. I'm gonna go Haaland.
No, me just I said which one of the players who had a bigger impact on the English Premier League.
That would be Haaland.
All right, let's take out Hurricane of a Tottenham team, 15th. Take out Haaland out of Man City team, they get 93 points instead of 87, 84, 89. I can look at it that way.
So you believe Hurricane had a bigger impact on the league?
On the league or on the team?
League, League.
I said Haaland, the league. Okay. They won the league. The team won the league. And he's the leading goal scorer. And he broke the Premier League record.
Brought more hype on all that to the league.
More hype, more everything.
Right. Yes.
All right,
Bull. Very interesting argument you're putting up, my boss. Very, very good points for Hurricane.
All right, Bull. Big up yourself.
All right.
Cool. Who we got to now? Hello.
Hello.
Hello, good afternoon.
Yes.
Oh, my time.
Yes.
Afternoon, what's up?
I'm not bad.
Yeah, man,
Who's this?
cool up.
Coolant. Yes.
Yeah. Just to, I hear Pioneers argument saying that the last play in Game 6 determines the game. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, it's rubbish because what determines that Boston Celtics won the game is the fact that when the game clock was 0.00, they had 104 points and Miami had 103.
Brilliant. That's my argument as well.
So without the 102 points prior to that play, it would have meant nothing. 102 or 101 to get it to overtime. So it's not a factual statement, nor is it an analysis of the game to say that play determines the game.
No.
And also, in my
Pioneer
opinion,
say he comes to teach, sir.
no, in my opinion, too, from one who was on the other side of the enough argument, I don't think he would have been making this point. But when I get to my enough argument, I got that done. Yeah, but Bull kind of, but I wanted to touch on the matchup thing. Bull kind of covered it. I almost hung up because what I remember here in this argument, you see, Orville?
Yeah.
In my mind, when this matchup thing come up, the callers were not really arguing on the basis of individual matchup in the sense that who go mark who. As a matter of fact, Zidane, you can answer me this. Matchups, when we're speaking of matchups generally, are we talking about just defense or when we're looking at matchups, do we also look at the offensive players on both teams?
It's both.
Yeah, so yes. I hear it going down the line as if it's only defense. At least that's how I will argue it because it make a better case for him because for the most part, it doesn't who will not determine the outcome of the game per se as in terms of level of importance. There's a lot of other factors that you can argue. But for me, offensive players versus one team versus another team, Orville. It's probably what you looked at why you determine to hear what team A better than team B, So when you're saying that team A going with team B, it's really lack of matchups why you say that, So in a sense, matchup is important when you consider other factors and not just the defensive factors.
No, man, I'm not. Is the reason why team A better than team B to me is not when I say that I'm not looking at who I'm at.
Yeah, that's my point. But I don't think that's I don't think that's the only thing that matchups is. I don't think the argument started that way either.
That was that has been my argument from day one. My argument is that basketball, and I've keep saying
no, man. I think you bring it here because it's easier to argue your point that way. But I don't think that's how it started.
All right. So what you think I was talking? I keep asking that. What when I said matchups is overrated? What you said me change? What was I?
No, man.
saying?
You simplified it and say, listen, who mark who not going to come down, not going to determine who win.
All right.
So what from team A better than team B?
So what was it? Yeah, but you said
win.
You said me
But
change.
what I'm saying to you, is that one of the reasons why team A better than team B is the whole matchups both defensively and offensively. So matchups is important.
Matchup as a team. Matchup.
I think that's what it was here, but
my defensive, I'm better as a unit at defending than your unit, and I'm better at scoring than your unit. If that is what me couldn't say, that is overrated, my boss. So clearly, can't that made that up.
All right. So, what do you think about the Nuggets versus let's say Celtics win game 7? What do you think about who will win that one?
Celtics, Mrs.
And why?
Me think Celtics when them at them best better than Miami.
Yeah, but just quickly, if you break it down, what you say, because Celtics have a better offensive players, Nuggets have defensive players, or what?
Me believe Celtics have more people who can impact a game offensively. And me believe offense trumps defense every time.
Do you think there's a team this season who would have beaten Celtics? Let's say the Nuggets won't beat them. You think is there another team in your mind would have beaten Celtics in the final?
The final no play it, I think Nuggets have a good chance.
Okay. But what I want to get to say, I think at the end of the day, when you determine a team better than another team, it's almost the matchups to look at, not just defensively.
No,
but
I'm not looking at matchups as a individual.
No, man, matchups is that's what I'm saying. If matchup is not just who go mark who, matchups is also one
but
team
you don't
has
have to,
better jump shooters.
No, but you don't have to use the word matchups in that case. Team A is a better team than Team B.
But I think that's what I think that's what the argument started out that way. So based on all of those factors, matchups.
Listen, I could not argue with people if they were saying as a block, Team A is better defensively and better offensively than Team A. If I could never argue, if that was what they meant by matchup, then how would I argue against that? That is not what they were saying, my boss.
No, to answer your question, you're saying the same thing, but I'm just saying you bring it down that road because it's easier to argue your point.
No, I didn't.
But I think you simplified it to that. To say
I didn't bring it down that road.
You don't need to wait to see who go mark who if you know who go.
But no, to say that I bring it down to that road, my boss. That was what I was always arguing. My argument was Team A. Tell me, say Team A as a block defend better than Team B, and them offensively better as a group. Now the facts of me think Team A better doesn't mean that them going to play better on a given night, cause sports. But and I think Team B collectively can stop Team A from doing what Team A want to do, and vice versa.
Yeah.
So them if at that people did think say me, I was never arguing that. Me I thought when they tell me say one man can lock down one man. And that determine who win one basketball.
Yeah, I think it's important. Matchup is important because I don't see matchup as just who go mark who. So we can just leave it at that.
Well, now you're all coming around to when me did I say. Tell me that during the course of a game, it is important that you get the right man upon the right man, which may not be necessarily the man who the coach say and I just because when you ask the man what adjustments will you have to make, people like Pioneer say, boy, you have to go put that money upon the money. And you have to go put the money upon the money. The other day a man tell me say Kevin Lover go come in and who him going to take who and who going to take them, they're not determine who win the game. At them they may talk about, you know. And the callers who I say me a change position at that me did that talk. When me ask special one, what adjustments will Miami have to make? He couldn't tell me because he know him can't tell me who for mark who.
No, let me take 20 seconds before the break. Now, me just ask a quick question.
All right, no, wait. Come back after the break. Come back after.
It's now time for Sports in a Minute. It's sponsored by Dangerous Auto Spares and Accessories Limited, Edgechem, Any Bet, and Milestone Restaurant Bar and Grill.
Former U.S. Open champion Sloane Stephens says the abuse of tennis players is getting worse and attempts to thwart it make little difference. This year, the French Open organizers have offered players artificial intelligence protection from social media abuse. The technology aims to filter out abuse on platforms like Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter. It's been a problem my entire career, the American Stephens said after her first round win at Roland Garros. That is Sports in a Minute.
Sports in a Minute was sponsored by Dangerous Auto Spares and Accessories Limited at 20 Balmoral Avenue, Kingston 10. Call 876-929-9146 and in Maypen. Edgechem, changing lives 1 gallon at a time. Any Bet, your best bet, reminds you to bet responsibly. At Milestone Restaurant Bar and Grill, celebrate good food, celebrate good vibes.
The Jamaica Anti-Doping Commission, JADCO, needs your help to eliminate doping and keep sport clean. If you have concerns about any doping activity, you can share the information with JADCO anonymously. The information you share will be treated with the highest level of confidentiality. Make the right call if you see something, say something. Protect clean sport. Protect our legacy. To report doping activity, call 888-429-5232. Or visit the JADCO website at jadco.gov.jn. A message from the Jamaica Anti-Doping Commission.
You're listening to Jamaica's first and #1 daytime sports calling show, The Sports Desk.
All right, what a new color your name again? Platoon?
No, man, Coolan.
It's Coolan. Let me just say one thing before you do your last minute.
Yeah.
You said that I have simplified the matter. Now I put it to you, Coolan, that to simplify a matter is not the same thing as changing your position on a matter. It's not the same.
No, that's why I said it now. I'm not saying that I think that you're saying the same thing. I'm not saying that you've changed.
Oh, no, one man, before you said me change Bull.
Well, Bull, yeah.
I have not changed. I agree with you that I may have simplified the point that I was trying to make. All right. You have
say what to say something.
Yeah, man. Just out of concern, and not trying to bring up back anything, but since the recent thing got on with Badger, has he called back? Because I don't hear all of the program.
No, not really. No.
No, okay. Well, Zidane, you might have heard me say down the road, say Badger one of my favorite caller, yeah?
Yes.
Yeah, and I also thought that when this thing going on, the best thing for Badger to do would have just take a break and just, give the thing a break and then call back and talk some sports. So I hope that's what I'm doing because I like hear Badger on the program. Yeah?
Yes.
Yeah,
all
man,
right.
that's all. Yeah,
All
man.
right, cool.
All right, so
Cool.
CSK actually win the IPL. Let me see if I can get the scores for you. It sounded like a great game. Is Doc Lewis coming? So the Gujarat Titans made 214 for 4. And looked like it was rain or something because GSK were now set 171 to win from 15 overs. And they managed to do that with no balls to spare, really. Come down to the end. All right, Unique joins us. Unique.
Yeah, man, I'm there.
What's up?
Orville.
Yes, sir.
I have a question more after.
Yeah.
Oh, what you say about coach? How important same day coach is?
Overrated.
Overrated.
Yeah.
So how come you confuse me now? You mash up my brain now. Because all you are gonna say, when it comes to match up, you will not talk about what the coach said in the dressing room. You are talking about what the man do on the day. Make that make sense to me now. Because same day coach overrated, or you still mash up what you feel means something.
No, I think matchups overrated too.
No, but you say matchup. No. But you not say that. You say you give a percentage.
Yes, overrated mean me not think it have a lot to do with who wins.
You know what causes the confusion with you? You don't know what matchup mean in a basketball. That's the biggest confusion.
No, me know the context for me to that.
No. You make a concept in your head what you believe matchup is, but I understand use matchup in a basketball.
Hold on, then
is matchup.
Then when the people tell me say LeBron I got match up, LeBron is set to mark Jokic.
Nobody not tell you that because look.
Nobody not tell me that.
The game play, Virgin.
Hold on, nobody tells me that.
Me that tell you that before, you know.
Hold on, nobody. What you are telling me that nobody was telling me that who you put on who is very important.
Nobody never tell you say a coach in a locker room says LeBron alone a come out man because basketball no play so.
But all of a sudden, you all realize the basketball no play so.
No, all of a sudden, now you don't know what matchup means.
So why
you only talk about offensive matchup, you know? Like you not even know said defensive matchup, you know.
Lord have mercy, boss. Me say who am I who? That mean if LeBron and mark Jokic,
offensive matchup too.
Then Jokic now go mark back LeBron now.
No, you see, you don't understand matchup.
So well,
so that's why I leave this argument now. I tell you, if you done it already, you know.
Yeah.
Because you don't know what matchup means about basketball. Clearly, you only talk about one side of the matchup. You have offensive matchup. Whom you want to score against? And most of the time, the coach not gonna tell you. You got to defend the field, and you got to say, "Yo, Williams not good on Pangyard and me today. So me gonna score upon him." That means that tomorrow he's not gonna good. As you said, remember a human being you deal with him. You would have a problem with his mother. You would have a problem with his woman. You don't know.
I agree with you.
So when you are asking people them who are going to win, I want which question you ask them. You use your brain from people.
I use my brain.
Yeah, that's your try though. You try to belittle people.
Me a belittle people.
You alone have 10 times everybody else are idiot. That's your the bird. You have to stop it, man.
My God.
Because you don't know how much it means in a basketball. You have an idea in your head, and then you have to tell we so much believe what you believe in your head.
So why were so many people contesting what I've said?
Because you see two people love argue with you.
Yeah.
You are listen you say carefully, you know.
So don't blame me for that then.
But you are change of people things not so much up like what you are saying.
So why were people
one individual matchup?
Then why were people arguing with me about the same thing for 6-7 years?
Alright, me I tell you why. People love arguing with you. And look funny. You're smart, you know, and you know for debate. And you know for switch things. Subtly. That's you see I laugh. You know what I said? Look on this now. When a man says matchup, you know, the game are going. The coach, you want to read same day thing, you know, but you still at the same day coaching, I'm gonna make the coach sit and switch, you know.
Unique, yeah, give it too much credit, man. Me not that smart.
No, man. You're not getting a credit, man. You do it purposely.
Me hold a position, my boss.
You're very good at debating, and you're a smart man. So you use your brain on people, especially people who just want to take you on. So you change your words subtly to trick people and say you win. Orville, I say you're desperate for win argument.
My God. Is me desperate for win the argument or the people I'm desperate for?
No, you.
No, but yeah, hold on. You said the people them love to take me on.
Yes.
So who
and you love to win.
But who is desperate? If you love to fight me, I me always I win the fight.
But
who is the desperate one?
But you love it just as them. You want them to take you on, you know, because you say certain things to draw people, you know.
No,
when a man are coming out of the West Indies now, and I got the Brad man of the greatest, you know people are come at you.
Me know, but me genuinely believe say a man will average 99 must be seen as better than a man will average 50. But the facts say me know, not change the facts say that me believe.
And you know say, and not so much up like what you said. That's why you use your word carefully, you know.
Yes.
And you now come to the offensive part of the matchup, you know. Everything other defense.
But based on what me I say, why do I argue with what me I with the point with the thing what me I say?
We start done the argument. You say it's a scoring league, you know. A scorer the most are going to win, obviously.
Yes.
So it's a scoring league. So why we not talk about the offensive matchup, which is very important, you know. Me have the ball in my hand, me want to score from the easiest defender. Yes. And every time up the court, my coach make a scheme, or me smart enough to make a scheme, I'm a score from the easiest man. You know, so that, but that do. And you say the coach now have nothing to do with it. But
no, man, I know that. Said, no, but unique. I know that.
You change your mouth. Same day coaching, not in, what you call the word?
I said same day coaching is overrated.
Overrated.
Me never said the coach not do nothing.
The overrated coach, I got come with something now and Butler now getting sweet spot. You notice? If you watch the game, you can see.
I don't believe that Butler.
Believe what?
I don't believe that Butler not doing well.
You know, so you could answer my question. Yes, I know. You could start fooling this attacking a unit.
All right.
Mr. Butler still getting sweet spot.
No.
And shut off my argument. I'm not that alone can shut off my argument.
No, I'm saying Butler.
No, answer my question. You say Butler getting sweet spot?
What is Butler's sweet spot?
Jesus Christ. Tell me I discuss basketball here then.
No. Tell me why I'm sweet spot is.
Better I'm going to do my work then. If you don't know that, better I'm going to do my work.
Then tell me no.
Waste time.
So Butler.
You don't know, but all right. Go on Google it. Where Butler score more time in
and I believe, Unique, that Butler will have a good or great game or a poor game.
Depends on him, though.
Depends. It has very little.
No, man.
To do.
Man. Very little.
Then no overrated. No mean not depend it, my boss. I believe that they. I believe that
you create an argument. Say him one-on-one assign. Too much word you have to put in it.
Because I'm simplifying the argument for you.
No, man, I will if I word you have to trick people, man.
Oh, me I trick you.
When you simplify, you have to use less word. More word you lose. I trick you.
Unique. You know, separated your call. And that brother had an easy, you know. The man said me there, I trick the crowd.
You would have on the radio, I use their brain for people, you know.
Are the people I use their brain for me, my boy?
No, sir.
Because
you know the matchup important in a basketball. And you know that we could not talk about one man. Because when basketball starts, there's never been one man guard a player totally for the whole man.
Then that me I tell the man them Unique. That me I tell the man Unique. You know how many times me say, oh, if you talk about matchup, the individual matchup when one man now mark no one man. I've been saying this for years.
That never happened yet.
But that is what I have been saying. Hey, how many times you hear me say that? But Unique, when me tell the man them say basketball is too dynamic and too fluid for you to tell me say the man upon a man and make a gaming difference. Them argue with me.
All right. One more thing me have to disagree with you now.
What?
You say when people talk about the last part winning the match,
yeah.
You know what that means?
No.
Forget about everything else. The match, there's zero.
No, man, you can't forget about everything else in your analysis.
But without the last shot, you're not going to win. Just like without the first shot, you're not going to win.
Exactly.
But look, that gone already. Unless you tell me say you have a time machine can stop. You can't stop nothing gone, you know.
No, but unique. I'm not trying to stop nothing. I'm analyzing a game.
No man, nobody with the foolish to analyze.
Where's
Analyze the last shot because that's at the time.
Me can't analyze a game by analyzing the last shot.
This is what I said before you talk.
Yes.
At the time, this will be the most important thing because
So
it will make the win.
We're giving man of the match, Unique. Unique.
Won't win.
In a case like that, who getting man of the match? The man who scored the last shot?
The man who scored the last shot?
Yeah.
Man of the match? Nobody not talk about man of the match. I for win.
Then the match? No, we're talking about the match. No, we're talking about the Unique. We're talking about
win.
Yes. So
Unique.
Stop
Zidane are using your head, my boy. I trick him. I try.
You know what I use him?
No.
I know. Say come back to the last.
No, my boss. I don't know so it.
You know why people use matchup in a basketball? And for win a match, you know.
No, me not.
If you get a successful
boss,
play.
if me get a late penalty, my boss, and win the game, 1-0, you can't disregard what the defenders and the goalkeeper did to
no, man.
Hold on, my boss, no, man.
One thing I said, don't try to trick people. What happened in a basketball is not the same in a football.
All right, all right, my boss.
Every sport don't cover everything, Reggie.
All right, Unit, my God.
Every sport is different, man.
All right, Unit.
Wait a sec. I heard him.
No, man, you go on, man. You put somebody figure out here, man. That's
Big
why
up.
you like.
Big up, Unique.
Me come here to trick the crowd, my boy. Well, I look like me, I do a good job of tricking the crowd. All right, we'll take a break. We're coming back for our final segment.
Paul, I need help with my vehicle cost this year. It's going through the roof. You think I should call Keith?
You're mad. Don't you want a system that easy for you?
Yeah, man.
You want the best price boat here too?
Yeah, man. I bet you want real-time alert and island-wide coverage. Yeah, man. So the smart choice is Hawkeye.
They will give you a free 30-day trial.
Yeah, man.
Hey, tell me something. You ever say anything but yeah, man?
Yeah, man.
Just say yeah, man to Hawk Tracker from Hawkeye. Call us at 926 Hawk. Conditions apply.
Turn your passion into winnings with JustBet. Watch your favorite international leagues and tournaments and get in the game with JustBet. We have the best odds on over 100 sports: football, basketball, boxing, rugby, motorsports, even virtual matches. Register on the JustBet mobile platform, mobile.justbetja.com, or visit one of our over 100 JustBet locations island-wide. What are you waiting for? Get in the game and win big with JustBet.
You're listening to Jamaica's first and number one daytime sports calling show, The Sports Desk.
All right, so we move on to R9. R9, how you do?
Hello?
Yes. Good afternoon.
Yeah.
Rooney?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
Why you tricking the people then, bro?
For me, I treat the people over there. So the name of R9 to brother.
You're easy like Rooney ability, man, not R9. R9 is a top 5 player. All time.
All right, man.
Yes.
Cool. Will big up yourself.
Wagwa.
Will we get about some schoolboy cricket on the start of the program?
Yeah.
You see no talent that we can look for develop and get better with?
I heard Nikita making a point that there's at least 2 on every team.
Yeah, so while we don't have the numbers, we still have some talent that we can work.
Yeah, man. Then you must have 1 or 2.
Yeah, but
the difference
because of the passion, man. So the talent still there, even though we don't have the numbers.
Here's the difference, Rule. While there are set 2 players on each team that have something can work with, in previous years you probably could find 5 or 6.
Yeah, that's what I said. We have to work with what we have now and try to do things differently.
You're not go throw them away. You have to try.
Anyway, Zidane.
Yes.
Me hear you agree with Bull. I talk about Haaland and Hurricane performances this season. And you think the 30 more impressive than the 36.
You heard no such thing.
I heard no such thing.
Tell the man make a good point. Interesting.
Yeah. Interesting point. Okay, all right. But do you believe that it's more impressive though?
You could argue that. It look good.
So with the numbers, right? Do you believe that Harry Kane is probably one of the most impressive striker over the last probably several hours per season?
Yes.
Even over Mbappe and Ronaldo.
Oh no! If you're going out there, so.
But Zidane, him have like about three something there, you know. 3 or 4 30 goal season, you know. You know that?
No, but in the
But
champion.
and at the same Tottenham him have it for.
No. But hear the difference, no, man.
Let me hear the difference.
At the
now.
highest level of club football, they would maintain the same standard of play.
But I'm saying him have a 30-game season, 30 goal season.
No, see, listen to what I'm saying to you. You bring up Mbappe and others, my boss. You're talking about elites, and I'm saying to you, in the Champions League, which you have played in for the most part over that period of time, he's not as prolific, my boss. He's not as dominant. So we don't have him in the same class as those. Man, laugh. But back so look argument easy, man.
You back to back.
Rooney, I just laugh, you Rooney.
No,
Because hear Rooney I try planning come back and none now coming up.
No, he's not planning to come back, my boss. Because you're saying that a 30 goal season for Tottenham is more impressive than a 36 goal season for a City. You understand?
No, man, in the Premier League.
So wait, no, my brother. That is what you're saying, no. And that is what Bulla said, and that is what Bulla alluded to. You understand me? So I'm saying him have it more than one time. And guess what? Mbappe have it for PSG. Him have it for Lewandowski has it for
but part of Bull's argument.
Munich. So Ronaldo had it for
but part of Bull's
Real
argument.
Madrid.
Well, I'm not Rooney. Part of Bull's argument is not just the 30 goals. Or how it was the fact.
Never said nothing else. He never said
did, man. Rooney, he did. He was talking. He was talking about the fact that he scored against 20. He scored in 25 of the games.
Yes,
which was a big point for it.
It is a big point. Yes.
So it's not. So how Zidane gone to Champions League and all them things?
No, because you asked me about killing Mbappe. You asked me about killing Mbappe, my boss.
Yeah, but yeah. So what me I do is make the comparison with league goals. But
they don't play the same league, my boss. Killing Mbappe, Hurricane doesn't play the same league. The man have put up two people.
He was comparing Haaland. He was comparing Haaland and Keane.
Because they play the same league. So we're talking about in the league.
So he said Hurricane scored in more games than, in other words, Hurricane goals could make a difference in more games than the goals thing they score. Haaland score. One scoring at 25 of the 38 games and one scoring how much? 22 or so?
Yes.
I don't think Haaland played 38 games still.
Well, that's the point.
No, man, he's talking about after games he has played. He's more intelligent than that, my boss.
Right.
He couldn't count the games that was.
I honestly believe that Hurricane played more minutes than Haaland, you understand me?
But him playing a weaker team.
But that's what me say. That is
playing a significantly weaker team. I created far less chances.
That is what me.
So for you to get far less big chances, for you to get far less big chances, my boss, and still close to you.
No, me here not about this big chance. Me here not about this big chance. I mean, I said this big chance is rubbish.
Okay, nobody be taking on that point that Bulla make, man. Where's the living a Rooney,
man? Why on the stage, brother?
Always stay.
Why we not? It's a conversation we're having. This is what we do on this program here. We have conversation.
No, me think
people say something. Why we can't challenge it?
No. Unlike
that. If him say,
let me help you. Let me support you on this one.
Yeah, support me.
Yes.
What you support?
I believe that what name I say is worth a discussion. And I think that Rooney is coming with some good points.
Hold on, Orville. You never know. Rooney, do you want to debate, Paul?
Oh, no debate. No debate for other people who want be something that elite callers.
No, it's not about no elite. No bother with that, man. You don't want to debate, fine. Right, make it continue.
Rooney, me think you ask some good questions.
But that's all I say. I'm saying the English league is one of the strongest league in the world. Yeah. And this man scored 30 goals consistently in a poor team. So him can be compared across all leagues as probably the best striker for the last 7 seasons. Because him have 3
that was not the argument that Bull was making, though. So if you're coming with that,
make that point there.
Oh, you are making the argument.
Him better than Lewandowski, him better than Ronaldo, him better than all of them.
In terms of league play, then that he must ask.
And the reality of the situation, if he's in such a poor team and that was so good, him can be compared to Mbappe in a poor league, in a great team.
In terms of league play, why not? Of course.
So when they bring in the Champions League, I said we never.
No, because you never say league play, but I'm saying if you bring up overall as a player.
But it's a league play. We're not talking about with Mbappe
and he brought up 2 players in the same league. So when I went for Mbappe, I was clueless as to what the hell you're talking about, my boss.
But now you understand what I say.
No, I still don't understand why you're making the point with Kylian Mbappe. He doesn't play in the same league. Different defenders.
No, his argument now is that where do you rank Harry Kane as a crosser, as a player across all leagues? I want a new argument for him now.
No, but I have to think about that because a different
You have
league
to
and
think about it.
different defenders.
No, but you have to think about it. In the best league, wait up. So in the best league, a man in the best league in the world.
Look back at the numbers, my boss. Different defenders, different dynamics. Hold on, people like being defend. Hold on, my boss. People are defend Messi different from them defend Harry Kane now. Messi
people are defend Messi.
Yes, and defend Ronaldo. Them are gonna put two.
No, but even at the best league in the world. The most competitive league in the world.
In your opinion.
I know my opinion. I know my opinion alone.
It's a fact that English Premier League is the best league in the world.
I know my opinion alone.
No,
I'm just saying it's not my opinion alone.
Maybe I don't share that opinion that in the last 7 years.
You don't share that opinion.
Maybe I don't.
Maybe you don't. Yeah.
I understand where you're coming from.
But we got.
All right.
But who ask Chris preacher? I say you for sound on the radio every time you can. You for challenge some points were challengeable.
Yeah.
You say the one when you no good argument.
A better player to spin because
the one have to spoil the card. Preacher will take us to 4 o'clock.
Yo, man, hey.
You did have to squeeze in the last league there.
Yeah, unique call or the call of the year so far.
Me not tell us me I feel that. Them say me not like when people disagree with me.
Man. Unique deal with you right, man.
Then say unique. I saw the man if it disagree, I make with and stop me the thing first. That
is when unique say if you are summarize, if you use less words.
No, if you are simplify. If you're being simple, if you're simplifying, it will be less words.
Him have a point still, you know.
Yeah,
actually, yeah. You can't add more words.
And I simplify it, you confuse me more.
Him have a point.
Yes.
He almost catch me that point.
Unique if you call more often, Bridget.
I agree.
Big man thing. Yeah, man. What may I say still? It's very clear say Harry Kane a bull ball, I know.
Yeah.
Because it have to be a man who really committed to the Harry Kane cause.
Because so deep in the analysis?
Yeah, man. So come up with an argument like that. Because Erling Haaland scored 36 goals.
Yes.
First season at the EPL. Leading scorer in the EPL. See? People there say, boy, that man have it difficult. He have to go acclimatize, blah, blah, blah. And coming at the City team. And he's like, he don't miss a beat. See? And you have to look on it and analyze it and say, no, man, the Harry Kane more crap. You have to be a Harry Kane fan for do that. The average football watcher now see that. So, we'll look like him still a real from the Kane versus Vardy debate, man.
Yeah.
No, so I'm just a Harry Kane man because him say Harry Kane better than Salah as well.
Oh yeah, he's a Harry Kane man. No, it's evident. So he's a big Harry Kane fan. So him point reasonable,
yes,
given the circumstances, but I don't think I would go as far as saying the impact of Alan was not great impact on.
No, you know what to say. I'm not argue that.
He used the word impressive.
Him skillfully say based on the numbers.
He might use an Orville tactic with words. You see, man. Yeah. But anyway,
you come to trick the people.
Yo, unique at the boss. I remember take a little time for us shout out the Woolmans fraternity and defending our T20 title. Very good batting performance from the captain from Excelsior, a young man named
him should I get the man of the match? You agree?
Boy, if they had given him man of the match, I wouldn't feel away.
Well, then again, what they gave was the MVP of the match, which was a very strange
level to play. All right. And even if he gave him MVP, I think I wouldn't have a problem with it because he bowled bat and ball. He kept Excelsior relevant, right?
Yeah.
In the game, but very good game of cricket. It tells us, Orville, that cricket is not as dead as we think it is. It's really about now putting our resources behind the sport.
Yeah.
Giving young people in the high schools and primary schools a chance to play.
Yes.
And putting it on platforms that people will watch and get excited about again.
Yes.
You see, if we can start the more of this, the future of cricket might be brighter, but only heavens know.
Agreed. I like the fact that it was on TV. It was on TV last year.
Yeah.
It was on TV this year.
Wonderful, man.
And other people have been talking about it. So
great for the sport.
It can only help. Yeah.
I want to talk like a track and field over this week.
No, man, preacher, we're not allowing that, man. Tell us who you have tonight, man.
In your pool.
Tell us who you have tonight, man.
You will want to know tomorrow, you mean, preacher. Talk track and field tomorrow, man.
Yes, indeed, sir.
Here we go on still. It's going to take a miracle, in my mind, for the Miami Heat overcome
mentally and emotionally what they went through with that layup by Derek White and go down Boston and win this game. Me have Boston and win the game.
So the history will be created. The first NBA team to come back from 3.
Records are made to be broken, And the truth is, if any team could have overcome 7, probably this Boston team would be one of those teams. Boston is a talented team. I don't understand why them so schizophrenic.
I was making the point to Berto.
I don't understand how them play basketball. It's like down the stretch, even in the game, in the last game. They were
this team is the team that brought LeBron James on the brink of being knocked out a couple. This team has been together for a while, playing at a very high level.
Why do they struggle to win
close games? I don't get because Tatum is a hit and miss in close games. Yeah.
All right. You know that Jason Tatum prior to I think last night was not scoring more than 2 or 3 points in the fourth quarter.
Yes.
Yes. Of the games. And then Jalen Brown was having
them thing they sound more mental to me than anything else with that talent, that guy. The amount of different shots he has, the inability to create his own shot.
Yeah, and another thing, and G-Star mentioned it to me in our conversation. When you watch him play, though, he's not a willing passer of the basketball down the stretch. It's almost like
he plays too much hero ball.
Yeah.
Oh.
You understand? So him actually take more difficult shots as opposed to going to the basket and getting fouled and getting easier.
Fear points. It's more a decision-making thing for him.
Exactly.
Fear, reasonable point, that preacher. All right.
So, I watch it.
So everybody going to Boston pretty much. Never think about it a little more. I see.
You're stupid. Try to trick the people.
All right, preacher. Tomorrow should be another fun day on the program. Monday night football tonight. Boy, I don't know how I'm going to deal with it. Come on, I watch Game 7 as well. So I can't find myself somewhere in a Sabina with a TV.
You're taking that risk?
Enough man have that. No man is not a risk. Them have boxes in a Sabina.
Okay.
I'm saying the general public don't have that kind of luxury.
Okay.
Them have boxes up at the up at the north stand.
Oh, yes.
No, and the over George too. It's the over George the president.
Oh yes, indeed.
And them have TV and everything.
All right.
And them have stand. So I may have the luxury of being at Sabina and watching.
So you're gonna carry me there. I can't go in with the luxury part.
All right, people, join us tomorrow. Go up to Oscar Height on the other side of the glass. Sean Grant.
That's the Sports Desk for today. Remember to tune in and participate on the Sports Desk Mondays through to Fridays, 1 to 4 p.m.
Health Alert is sponsored by Bashco, the store that gives you more, and the National Health Fund. NHF is here for health. NHF is here for you.
If you have fever, cough, and difficulty breathing, seek medical care early. Stay home if you feel unwell. If you have a fever, cough, and difficulty breathing, seek medical attention and call in advance. Follow the directions of your local health authority. National and local authorities will have the most up-to-date information on the situation in your area. Calling in advance will allow your healthcare provider to quickly direct you to the right health facility. This will also protect you and help prevent the spread of viruses and other infections.
Health Alert is sponsored by Bashco, the store that gives you more, and the National Health Fund. NHF is here for health. NHF is here for you.
It's now time for Golden Moment, sponsored by Total Vision. Your eyes are the windows to the world. Visit 2 Bryans Crescent, Maypen, or 10 Hagley Park Road, Kingston, and Surgix Jamaica Limited, Compassionate Healthcare.
Back in 2018, the defending champions, Kingston and St. Andrew Football Association All-Stars team, they met Manchester in the final. This in the Jamaica Football Federation Sports Max Under 18 Elite League at the Tony Sporting Sports Complex. That game happened on a Sunday, and it was the defending champions who came out on top with a 1-0 victory. Let's join Donald Smith with the commentary.
McGee in the center circle inside the Manchester half. McGee twisting and turning, has a lot of shirts around, gets the ball away. Now he finds one to Thomas, and he takes a shot, and it's sent to the back of the net. 1-0 already. And in minute number 2, Kasafa 1, Manchester 0. And it is the man, that's Chanel Thomas, who scores in minute number 2.
Golden Moment was sponsored by Total Vision. Your eyes are the windows to the world. Visit 2 Bryans Crescent, Maypen, or 10 Hagley Park Road, Kingston. And Surgix Jamaica Limited, compassionate healthcare.
You're listening to KLAS FM. We now continue with a live program from our partner station, Omega Radio.
Old fool. I'm Dave Collins. 8 people were rescued from the rubble after an apartment building in Davenport, Iowa collapsed. 12 others made it out of that building on their own. Officials say no deaths have been reported, and there is no reason to believe that anyone is missing. The reason for the collapse of that building is not yet known. This is USA News. Florida Governor Ron DeSantis, who announced his candidacy for president last week, is heading out on his first presidential campaign tour this week. DeSantis is expected to make campaign stops in several cities in Iowa, New Hampshire, and South Carolina. Basketball fans in Boston and hockey fans in Dallas are looking for repeats of 2004's Red Sox miracle.
It was 2004 when the Red Sox lost the first 3 American League Championship games to the Yankees, then came